Yeah, one thing that Nubcakes really loves to do, and again, it's not a negative thing, but he really does like to use a character that has a great jump in. And in this game, Jackie's got one of the best air options all around. Right now, going in for a world of hurt. Wise Gemini loading up that crushing blow, but Nubcakes does find a forward throw to get a little bit of breathing room here. Looks like Wise Gemini opted to back off, decides not to be too aggressive. Look at the patience here from Nubcakes, ducking under all those high fireballs here. That's showing you the type of player he is, but right now it's just getting hit real hard there. Almost block up too. Oh, but it's not fast.
Hey, even though it wasn't enough right there, that's still showing Wise that he can and will do that, Arma. And that's gonna play a lot of mind games of when he's gonna take his turn here. Gets to the corner already. Bicycle kicks loaded and the fire's loaded up. This is so scary. Oh, what a sweaty situation he puts himself in. Quite literally turned up the heat, walked up into the forward board, catches Nubcakes, swinging out of neutral, still getting 30% on the breakaway. This is a tough spot for Nubcakes to make this comeback happen.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Look at the life deficit here, but hold on a second. Jackie getting the jump in. Jackie getting that combo going. I guess he was trying to fade out possibly an up two, going for the really short landing here. Back 2-2 does complete, does keep him away. Oh, hold on a second. Into the fatal blow. Static animation. This is happening here.
One more read for Nubcakes. What's the mix-up going to be here off the knockdown? This fatal blow does put some distance in between them. It's going to be a little bit of a stare down here. Wise cannot get into those dots and put so many recovery frames on the screen, trying to make a big read with the amplified projectile. And Nubcakes makes the comeback happen. Oh, starts off with the dash punch too. Tries to take away a little bit of momentum here of Wise. Side switch. Yeah, really smart. Just whip punish. Both of them had that kind of same 1-2 range that they've got. Knockdown is going to be a tough spot.
Fought worse.
We're done.
Some good damage. Look at that challenge.
Oh
the empty jump right into the mid, and at that point, there was nothing he could have done about it. The goop was in play. Unless you could teleport out of there or go into, either crushing blow or fatal blow animation real fast, that goop was going to get you. And that was a winning situation here for Nubcakes. Really loving to see the adjustment here, especially, in such a dominating round, that first round, this first game. Totally changed it up, and that's you can't sleep on someone, even if someone hasn't been specifically successful in this game. They've built the building blocks, the fundamentals in previous games, and one of the fundamentals of being a good competitor is learning how to adapt on the fly. People talk about adaptation, throughout a set, but sometimes you just don't get the opportunity. Sometimes you got to do it right here, right now.
This is an interesting matchup as well that we saw earlier from, if you remember, Unjust picking it against Hijinks and doing really well. And so I wonder if on paper, because it's not a matchup I personally explore, but if Liu Kang is supposed to be on paper, a really good choice for Jackie. I mean, it's who Wise is going to use anyway. Has a Jackie himself and a couple other characters, but it's been utilizing the command grab an awful lot more, and I'm seeing that out of more and more Liu Kangs. And what a weapon and tool that is to an already ridiculous arsenal of Liu Kangs at the up three to nowhere. As Nubcakes gets away with one right there, and Wise is lost in some sauce on trying to anti-air something, because Nubcakes has changed it up really well. A lot of empty jumps in the buttons worked out early on. And now he's just shredding the health bar right back out of nowhere. Wise gets the one hit, and we got ourselves a little bit of a steamroll here. Answers back with a round of his own, but this is how we started it. Arma, we've seen this before.
Round two.
Yeah, we definitely have. So again, Nubcakes can regroup, can recognize where is the mistake, what am I doing wrong here. But it looks like Wise Gemini just being a little bit more patient here, just kind of waiting for Jackie to, put herself in a dangerous spot. But right now, jumping in, good call out of that breakaway, maximizing damage as best as she can with the down two. Bicycle K's going to amplify to fulfill those requirements on the crushing blow.
Oh, the
big jump in right. Oh no, huge input error.
Yeah, I don't even think that he believed. That's how miraculous that was to thread the needle between the straight projectiles of Liu Kang right there. Nice patience by Wise, waiting it all out, and it was too far away for the stand one. That's twice that he's done like a little 1 or 1-2. Nubkicks has caught a whiff punish with it, doing something of his own. Easy hit confirm off the 2 hits for someone like him.
Yeah, that was definitely a Liu Kang specific setup here. The way he walked back, like how plus or he had to be in a certain situation, walking back to, you know, kind of get Liu Kang to hit that. That's his go-to string there. 1-2 is plus, and 1-2-3 you hit confirm into some good damage. Speaking of good damage, your crushing blow for 35%. Nubcakes with the up 3, trying to, you know, stop the aggression. Hold on a second, hit it too early, the amplified miss, but man, command grab. Just like you said, Mr. Aquaman, these Liu Kang players equipping a command grab, especially, oh my god, he just kicked her entire torso and head off. Equipping a command grab. That's right, which you guys can check out on HBO Max when it does release. So shout outs to HBO Max and Astro there at the bottom. Liu Kang having a command grab, even though it's technically like a high command grab, it's still a real, when you have a mid as good as his, like it still really, really complements that, you know, those two things together. You just kind of, you know, you're blocking for dear life because you're like, you know.
It's about making a read on a high. It's about making a read on when your turn is. Yeah. And so that's where it opens you up.
So good. So good. And, you know, obviously he did have it, you know, pre-custom variations, but now that you kind of, you know, change them around, low fireball is really good. I feel like there's no reason to not equip low fireball. You have the mix-up element, you have the stagger element, zoning element. It's so good here. So I don't think we're going to see much of a change.
That low fireball, I feel like, moves Liu up almost single-handedly. You know, when you look at his tool set and you see how high Liu Kang is placed, there's Liu Kang placed there with low fireball equipped, and then without low fireball equipped. I feel like he's in a completely different spot. Definitely almost essential to the game plan here. And how he's utilized the air fireball as well to kind of keep her checked in the air, and those really quick reads. One of my favorite reads against Jackie in general is an instant jump forward or jump back 1. And you see Wise do that a couple times. Liu Kang has the added fireball cancel, and he can convert off and off the air one. So he is playing right now.
Yeah, definitely a great reward if he does connect that. And again, you're jumping back, so you're kind of minimizing the risk there. So that's a really good point you bring out. Almost converts it there, but doesn't get close enough with a stand 1-2. And Nubcakes is the one swinging on that wake up, getting those combos. This is coming down to the wire. Could have converted for a round-winning combo there, but just dropped the opportunity. Very strange situation there. Oh my god, he had it loaded.
That was off of 20 years of blocking that Wise Gemini just did. I don't think Wise is 20 years old. That's how long he just blocked right there. That was insanity. And barely misspaces the stand 1. A slight difference in when Nubcakes did that Ooze Blast was crucial there.
Yeah, very, you know, down to the wire. Very, like, you know, pinpoint accuracy here. Amplify some bicycle kicks here just to kind of, you know, again, get that crushing blow loaded up, ready to go. Hitting that command grab. Now Jackie trying to build some space. And Wise Gemini's okay with it. That could have been bad. That could have been disastrous if he amplified it. Luckily for Wise, he didn't.
Also, that command grab is Liu Kang's armor break. Completely forgot to mention that earlier when we were talking about it. Just the big damage had the crushing blow loaded Wise Gemini. That's really, really warmed up here.
That was fast. That was fast.
Both the offense was on display in round 2, and then the defense, I feel like, is what was on display in round number 1.
Yeah. No, I mean, round number 2 was like all.
It was offense from start.
Yeah, dude, that's it. He never stopped pressing. I mean, and why not? Like, it's working. You know, go in, don't give your opponent an opportunity to breathe and collect themselves. Like, sometimes people, you know, you see people do that, you know, in an offline tournament setting where they go to character select, they breathe, they relax. You can also do it in the game. Sometimes people will use, or players will use a move, like a teleport that gets you away, and you're like, no, I want to go back. I want to slow down. I want to go back to neutral. I want to chill out. But Wise never gave him the opportunity to do that. So now Nubcakes is looking at the character select screen. I don't think he's going to go anywhere besides Jackie, but he could have some specific Jackie variation.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I know that at one point. I know at one point, I don't know if it was MK11, but I know like when he first started MKX, he played Sub-Zero for a little bit, and then Shinnok. So I don't know what he could have up his sleeve.
I was gonna say I think he does play Sub-Zero a little bit in MK11. I feel like he might have used it in a tournament, but I don't really specifically recall here. But it's okay. Going with Jackie. Oh, so now we got Grease Kick. So it looks like we're changing up variations just a little bit. So Grease Kick gets you some pretty good combo potential, but for the most part doesn't really rely on crazy things like jumping into the air, which Wise Gemini's been doing a good job. But look at this! Oh no! Super jumping into a bad situation. Wise Gemini with the hardest of reads, just down juice.
He tried the intergalactic. I don't even know what to call it. It is. I can't comprehend it, but he's tried it.
He did. He definitely did.
Oh, the amplified. That one gets me too.
Oh, no punish. It keeps you so far away. And oh no!
No!
Oh,
not like this.
No!
Not like this.
Round 2.
Why, do not test Wise Gemini's. Don't test any Liu Kang player's ability to hit 1-2 as soon as possible. I mean, they recognize something. It's fast. Hey, look, man, it's a great button, right? I don't want to hear double high. It almost feels like a single high, but it is a great button there. And he was swinging. He was ready. And Nubcakes thought he was going to be sleeping at the wheel, and he wasn't. That was way too much of a risk to take, unfortunately, for Nubcakes.
Match point for Wise, and wow, first anti we see, gorgeous.
Oh, wake up, Russian blow string, gonna be popping up. Thought a breakaway was coming, but he actually didn't have a full breakaway bar, so not sure what the decision making there was for Nubcakes. Could have got a lot more damage off of that.
All right, he made it up to 1 bar of offensive meter. Nubcakes. Big bet there to go into the dash punch, enough for the kill. I expect him to come off fatal just to truly guarantee that. Stays alive. The dash punch flies all over it, and that's a guaranteed side switch with the command grab.
Oh yeah. You want the positioning. Goes for the forward throw. Does get failed escape here, so the next throw is going to be disastrous for Nubcakes. Literally 1 throw away from losing this here. Not sure if that's what Wise Gemini went with, but he did get stopped in his tracks, so we're going to see a fatal blow here at the end of this. No, Nubcakes decides to hold on to it, looking for a game-winning situation, and he just lets it rock.
I respect the attempt, but no, not there. And no breakaway, drops the combo. No, Nubcakes let so many of these rounds and situations out of his own hands. Oh no. That one hurt to watch. Couple of crucial drops.
Does not feel good. You know what? It's one of those errors that they haunt you because it's not anything that Wise Gemini decided. There's nothing that he forced. Yeah. It was just kind of all the ball was in your court. You messed it up a little bit there, and the good thing that Wise Gemini did was he took advantage of that. A lot of players.
Oh, every time. Too.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of players, they'll let opportunities like that slip up. Whether it's like a breakaway timing or you break away from something that is pretty punishable and you can get up and start swinging. Wise Gemini was ready. He was ready every single time that drop happened. He was ready to at least take his turn, at least get,
I feel like they have like
offense going.
They have 1, 2, 3 just programmed in their blood and like in their fingers where they just do it in their sleep. Just boop, boop, boop. Right over the.
Do you think? Do you think when they play other characters, they're like trying to do the same thing?
100%.
Oh, not playing Liu Kang.
I think 100%. I feel like some of us that only play one character for a long time, that happens for sure. Where I'm like, oh man, this character doesn't even have a 1-2-2. Oh man.
But real quick, let's talk about
the Pro Comp.
Yeah, Pro Comp. Mr. Aquaman, we got a lot of regions that are involved. Why don't you break it down for us?
That we do. We got the Intercontinental. This is divided up in the 3 sections, by the way, that you guys can see. We got the Intercontinental. That's going to have Europe East, Europe West, the Middle East, and Oceania as a part of that. Each of these sub-regions going to have a $5,000 finale, and that's going to be an 8-week long qualifying process for all these sub-regions. Here in the North American side of things, it's going to be, of course, East and West. That's what you guys are watching tonight. And both of these will have a $10,000 sub-region finale. And then we got Liga Latina. You got Brazil, Mexico, North and South. Latin America, each of them with a $5,000 sub-region finale as well. The top 16 in North America going to advance, and the top 8 from the rest going to advance to their own sub-region finals. You guys can sign up at the same place as the Open Series Pro Competition, compete.playstation.com. Go sign up. Get in this thing.
That's right, that's right. If you guys haven't been competing in this, definitely a great way to have some fun, have a blast, make some friends, and get a little bit better at Mortal Kombat and just all fighting games in general. So it looks like we're going to our next winners match. We have Too Easy going up against Wound Cowboy. Too Easy started his days, his competitive days back in the MKX days. The Wound Cowboy dates back a little bit earlier than that. A true veteran in the sense, starting at MK9. Probably one of the definitely the best Shang in the community for MK9.
He's been zoning with Shang Tsung for almost a decade. That's the experience that we're looking at here.
It's not fair. It's definitely not fair. Look at that jump in one from Sub-Zero. I mean, the way he's able to contact and just kind of force you in a bad situation where you kind of have to guess if a throw is coming, or you just got to respect everything else that comes out afterwards. Like, it is a really, really good jumper. Breaking away to avoid as much damage as possible. Goes for the smoke shake, but no contact was made. Slide just short of making contact there with Chainsaw. Because of the forward throw, gets a little bit of health back at the cost of 2%. Regular shots here. The rising skulls from Wound Cowboy trying to getting in with the overhead. Getting in with the overhead. Too easy. Too easy.
I got a question though.
Yeah, tell me.
I got a really big question. Is that quicker than the forward 2? Was that like?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness! Because this is the one character you look for the overhead against, and so that's unblockable with any other character. But that one,
yeah, a little crazy there. I mean, I think it was just, you know, Wound didn't see it coming. Players also train themselves to look at certain animations, so you know, Wound might think like, oh, I can react to the overhead if I see the giant axes coming down on me, but here comes the interactable instead, leaving him standing, giving him no access to break away until the end of the combo.
Whoa.
Wound Cowboy opts not to go with it. Down 2 out of the sky, trying to close the deal here with some dropping bodies here. Wound Cowboy trying to push him back as much as possible, trying to establish some kind of zoning game, and I'm so surprised he didn't go for the upskulls there on that jump in. He didn't even option select it. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
For that to come down to. Barely got that ice ball out. Almost got hit the start with it.
Look at the trade damage on there. He got 38%.
Oh, there's no winning a trade with Sub-Zero.
No, you can't. That's you're barking up the wrong tree if you think you're gonna trade with Sub-Zero. If he's got Fatal Blow, I mean it's. Oh.
You've got bigger cojones than I do. If you willingly try to trade with Sub-Zero, you know. But no, they're Wound just trying to hit him before the startup, and maybe reading that he just wasn't going to do it in that situation.
Yeah. No.
That was sweaty. That was sweaty game 1.
It was close. It was definitely close. Came down to the wire there, round number 2. But you know,
Sub-Zero.
Wound's been used to this. You know, he's also been fighting Sub-Zero since the beginning of his days, competitive days. So you know, some things carry over there. Trading with Ice Ball, definitely not something you want to do. But Wound sticking it out here with Shang. I believe he's probably going to be using the same loadout. What do we got? We got Ground Eruption and Shake. Yep. So, yeah, same thing. You're going to see the upskulls coming up. You're going to see the Shake to kind of deal with, you know, the full screen things. The ice balls coming at you or any kind of projectile. Slide out the gate there. That's for first.
Whoa! Wow, he committed. He thought that hit.
God, how Cowboy did commit to that finishing screen.
Oh, no. The Too Easy special.
Oh, yeah.
Crossfire to the nuke. One of my favorite things to see, if I'm being honest with you. It's a side switch.
This is bad. This is a bad look here for Wound Cowboy. Oh, getting shimmied there, going shoulder to shoulder. And Wound Cowboy bet everything on the fact that a throw was coming, but instead, Too Easy hitting him with the low, which, you know, can be cut.
One heck of a string right there, and man, these ground eruptions are getting punished. Too Easy all over. Someone that named Sub-Zero himself, actually, so definitely can see why he's got all the knowledge. Oh my goodness! Waits out the amplified ice and checks him perfectly. No punish. Just checks him. Too easy. Think you can get away with one right there. No mix up off a back one. Doesn't have the slide equip. Still working out for Wound here. Gets the health lead. And more importantly, the space. That's what he wants right there. And finally gets the punish as well. That's big damage even for the breakaway. One more is all Wound needs to stay alive. Every projectile will risk, and here we go.
Straight, regular fireball. This time was able to get a clean hit. No trade in that scenario. And even if it did trade in that scenario, as long as it wasn't absorbed by Amplified Ice Ball, definitely going to be in his favor here. Wound Cowboy at the back throw to get a little bit of better screen positioning here. But these slides coming out of Too Easy, very aggressive and a very great way to deal with, you know, the projectile game coming from Wound Cowboy, whether that's, you know, punishing things that have a little bit of recovery or getting under some projectiles. Very, very good job here from keeping it nice and safe here, or as safe as possible.
Man, every time.
It's so good. There's no reason not to do it. It's a very tough thing to bait out, and then once your opponent is scared of slide, you can kind of predict them a little bit better. They're going to be frozen. They're going to be like scared to move. Wound Cowboy getting a little risky there, going with that flawless blockable gap.
He's got the lead. Just needs one.
Both these guys just need one.
Oh
right
my
here.
goodness. Caught him in the recovery of the slide. Maybe pressing right there, thinking that he could get away with one. Either way, Wound ties us up at a game apiece. For Wound, I think he just has to break a couple of habits of maybe being used to doing those projectiles against other characters so freely, I should say. And against Sub-Zero, it's just a no-fly zone when it comes to those.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta have a little bit more caution. Yeah, you gotta, and it's true with a lot of moves in this game. You know, Kano's acid. You gotta be a little bit more mindful when, you know, Sub-Zero has slide. It's just a really fast. It's a really fast, far-traveling move. You know, some people have like far-traveling moves, but they're slow.
It's like the thing to test in training mode against reversals, especially from a distance. Is that slide being almost number one at that at a distance reversal punish? One of them anyway. I should say, chat. But yeah, it's not something that's very often in this game, and so it can catch you off guard, especially in game number 1 or here early on.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the adjustment.
Yeah, I love the smoke shake there, just to kind of stop it again. But it's very risky because that ice can come in contact before it becomes active. And, you know, instead of getting that one little hit from, you know, the smoke shake, you're going to get a full combo from Sub-Zero. Catching him there with the ground eruptions, rising skulls. A regular jump in punch here from Wound Cowboy. Usually you see the jump and kick from Shang Tsung.
This is just a masterful round from him too, even catching the jump. And right when I say that, he actually gets, you know, the zoning going. Super methodical, lands the hits, and just places them perfectly. And that might be what it comes down to, too, is maybe just a couple of misplacements earlier on. And that's a miracle jump if I've ever seen one. Straight through the ground eruption. And gets the anti-air projectile of his own. A little taste of Wound's own medicine there. He's not going to come off too many resources here. As long as he has the health lead here, doesn't need to. He can save all these crushing blows for a final round as long as he can take it. This is the Sub-Zero way.
I love the fact that he's, you know, maintaining that corner pressure, always throwing Wound Cowboy back into the corner, amplifying the slide, not amplifying the slide if he's on the other side. So really, you know, Too Easy is just showing you that he is fully aware. He's full of everything around him. He's full of the resources, and he's utilizing these perfectly. Wound Cowboy knows he's in a bad spot. Keeps getting hit with that low. That low slide is very, very punishable. But that's the thing. He's trying not to be intimidated by it. He's trying to not let it ruin his life or dictate the pace of this match.
He just did some insane things, and then the clutch block by Wound Cowboy. That could have been so detrimental for Cowboy if he'd eaten that board too. Stays alive because of it. Confirm here. Nice, kept him close. Didn't want to put him at that kind of slide range. Just wanted to take that away. Put the pressure on even healthier. Frames too easy trying to steal a turn there. Another rock slide! And it's gonna be the crashing blow! Wait a second. Double fatal blow territory. Gap's close. Drops the corpse. He puts every projectile on the screen. That could have been punishable. That was so scary. Wild Cowboy still unafraid. Puts something active out, and it comes down to the Too Easy special. 11 more health alive, and he gets another one. That was the most Too Easy thing I've ever seen, and I'm here for it. Oh, yes. A savage.
Slide.
A savagery.
Slide, whip, slide again.
Watch
No problem.
your
I mean,
toes.
I mean, look, at that point, he kind of knew that, you know, Wound was a little bit flustered in that situation. A lot of successful slides, very minimal slides that actually got blocked and full combo punished. Shang could be one of those characters where it makes it a little bit harder to punish that slide. Sub-Zero does recover rather quickly, and as he's recovering, you know, the beginning of his recovery, he's actually pretty low to the ground in terms of hurt box. So I don't know if Shang actually has something that's easy to punish slide at all different ranges, because that's the other thing too. If slide hits really late into the active frames, it recovers a little bit differently, which is, you know, kind of like a meaty situation, or if it's at a different distance. So again, it could be just like a Shang specific thing. The other thing to note is that Too Easy also plays has a very, very good Shang. So this could be something that he's just kind of picked up on from playing the matchup as both Sub-Zero and as Shang.
I think that most Shangs talk about this matchup as being problematic just because you can't put up those ground eruptions, and that maybe the more brawler version of Shang might be appropriate. Well, Wound's still making this work. If there's someone who can zone in almost any matchup, it's going to be someone like Wound for sure. He just has to watch these toes. Too Easy. One of the most unfearful players I've ever seen in our community.
Very brave. Look at that. Very brave.
Right when you think it's not going to come, still.
That overhead was a little interesting to me. He didn't have the bar to actually combo it. And I guess Wild Cowboy kind of dropped the opportunity to go for a regular punish here, but that's okay because Too Easy was down to pretty much nothing. Now, there's no meter build in this game. It all comes back to time. So not really sure what the decision was there. Maybe Wild was just a little too slow to get a regular punish. But either way, here comes the slide. Big damage amplified here from Too Easy, and that is very unfortunate. Getting sniped there out of the sky as Wild Cowboy trying to get a little bit of distance to himself and Sub-Zero, cleaning out the ears, throwing him into the corner. Now Wild Cowboy in a really, really tough spot here. That's going to be possibly enough.
Oh. 18 damage. Yeah, that was going to go to Creeping Ice and potentially close things out. Too Easy with the cheeky early jump one right there. Wild Cowboy got a couple of good down twos in that same exact spot, and Too Easy, instead of going for like a jump kick or something else, he did the early jump one, which is almost on an anti-air. A really smart adjustment. Yeah, like right there, for instance, it's taking that option away from Wild Cowboy to try to get that.
It makes contact with you so fast or so far away that, like, you literally, in most situations, all you can do is block. Oh my god, it was just mix after mix after mix after
20 lows. After 20 lows, the 4-2 comes. Wound Cowboy meets his end here on the winner's side of things, feeling the chill of despair.
I believe that was a flawless round, too. Oh, that was tough. That was tough there. Doesn't feel good to get shoved into a corner and mixed over and over again. Obviously, Sub-Zero, one of the better mixed characters in this game. You know, he's got the overhead that he can make pseudo safe there with Creeping Ice. It does have a flawless block gap, but realistically, what's really going to happen? They're going to have to wait bar to get nothing. So it's pretty safe. It's pretty good. And it's just like, you know, depending on the situation, like you can get risky, go for Ice Ball instead if you want to get some damage. But in that scenario, he was in control. He had a life lead. Like Wound is getting nothing on him, and Too Easy literally just ran with it and ran into into the winners finals.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What's truly astonishing about Too Easy is you don't see this in almost anyone, but he plays the same no matter what. He has the same level of high risk, high reward play, whether he's losing whether he's winning, whether it's the first round of the tournament, whether it's grand finals, post reset, round one fight slide can happen. Like it is such a and it's what makes Too Easy so effective in these tournaments.
Is that a compliment, or is that like I'm trying to figure
compliment.
out?
No, it
Okay,
is. It is because
okay.
because it's really hard for others to deal with. But I'll talk about that here in a little bit more as we see some more of Too Easy. I give a quick shout outs to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of the caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. And go visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products. Go check them out. I've got like 4 different Astros. I use them all for different things. Love them to death. Got the commentary one here tonight. You guys go check it out, astrogaming.com. And to finish my thought on Too Easy, savage, born and bred. I love it.
I mean, that's what it is. You want to get into your opponent's head, and sometimes it's a little bit easier to fight someone mentally than it is, through the game. And I feel like every single time Too Easy hit one of those slides, I think like a little piece of Wound Cowboy died inside, and I could feel the eyes rolling into the back of his head every single. You know what I'm talking about? You, as a fellow veteran, know the Wound Cowboy
eye roll. Sitting there. Yeah,
hold on. It's 3 parts. It's eye roll. It's hand going up, and him saying, "I have no options." That's the Wound Cowboy special, and I think every single time Too Easy hit him with that slide, I mean, that's very taxing on you. Like, it's a lot of effort to do all 3 of those things. And seriously though, that was tough, man. And Too Easy played it really well. He figured it out, played to his character strengths, and I think a lot of it came down to him knowing that matchup. Like, if there's anyone else in this top 8 that could deal with Shang, it's definitely Too Easy. He plays a really good Scorpion, a really good Sub-Zero, and on top of that, also a really, really good Shang. From almost the release of Shang Tsung, which was a character that was added in the DLC later. But that's not going to be it for Wound Cowboy or Nubcakes. These OGs, these veterans, are still in the lower bracket, so they still have one more shot. We can check out the bracket right here. Yes, we do. Coming up next for everybody's viewing pleasure, we have Patient Impulse going up against Han Rashid, and then the winner of that will face Wound Cowboy. And then we won't have that losers round match because it was already determined. Doom FGC has been disqualified from today's tournament due to trying to compete in a region that he was not eligible to compete in. So we're going to be moving on. That's going to be a bye there or an advancement there for Pop-Tart, who I know Mr. Aquaman is really excited to see here. What makes this Kotal Khan shine above or among the rest? What is so good about Pop-Tart?
Oh, he actually labs.
Okay. So when you lab, you're ahead of 99% of the other players. That's true.
You're better than me. I'll tell you that real quick. But let's go to Patient Impulse versus Han Rashid. This is the matchup that I circled when I looked at the bracket, because these are 2 of the most exciting players and characters in MK11. Han Rashid's one of my personal favorites to watch right now. And you got Patient Impulse, who I'm hoping is rocking some Raiden, and is one of the few that can make Raiden look incredibly, incredibly dangerous. And so this is going to be a battle of the gods. It's going to be a battle of very highly mobile characters. It's a matchup I've never even seen. So that's why I'm also excited. Is it's 2 exciting players, an exciting matchup in the first round of the losers bracket.
Yeah, man. Let's see what the Thunder God can do. Another thing about Patient Impulse, I believe I saw him. He tweeted earlier that he got to top 8. He claimed that he only used teleport, which I think Raiden's teleport, I think it's really good. I think a lot of people are downplaying that teleport. It's really good, really fast recovery, and it can be utilized in a lot of different situations, anti-zoning, etc., whatever. But Patient Impulse actually said the only match where he utilized Raiden's teleport was when he had to fight against a Shiva. Other than that, never used teleport.
I I saw a highlight from that match on Twitter where
his
he was teleporting the stomp. Yeah. Definitely go and watch that if you guys haven't on the Twitter, by the way. It looks
shout
like
out.
we are going to be moving along, by the way, real quick. We're going to move along to Nubcakes versus Pop-Tart. We're still trying to get that Han Rashid versus Patient matchup happening. Looks like there's a little bit of an issue. So we're going to go to Nubcakes versus Pop-Tart before we jump into that.
Okay, no problem. Nubcake versus Pop-Tart, like I said, Mr. Aquaman really excited to see what a Kotal Kahn who actually labs can do. Now, I don't know if you're like, 99% of this community, but I'm assuming you've got some trouble when you're fighting Jackie. I know I do. Like, that is a very, very tough matchup.
I have a feeling I'm going to get set on fire for saying this, but I don't. I really enjoy the Kotal Kahn versus Jackie matchup. I really like it. Yeah.
So you're going to be able to, show and highlight
first ever Kotal Kahn up play you're ever going to hear from me. So just enjoy it, chat. Yeah. Just enjoy it. I think that Kotal Kahn does perfectly fine against Jackie Briggs. I'm going to say it.
I thought honestly, I didn't think it was up play. I thought it was you up playing yourself.
Okay, that actually is because this is a tough matchup for a lot of other Kotals. I will say that it is a personal demon for a couple of these other Kotals. It's a personal thing, but I think that he's got some really good tools and, more importantly, range to deal with Jackie. If he brings the Amplified Disc, that neutral reset is such a good spot for Kotal Kahn in this matchup. He's got stupid good anti-air options. But Pop-Tart brings something completely different to the table. So this is beyond my expertise. He brought the Jaguar, Command Grab, and Con Cut, which is something I would not have thought I had seen in this matchup. But maybe he knows something that we don't.
Yeah, could be something here. But yeah, no, you brought up some pretty good points there. I could definitely see that. Let's see if he can utilize some of these things here. But right now, getting thrown by Nubcakes. Back throw from Jackie. Trying to meet with some, or thinking about possibly meeting with some mids, but Jackie just kind of playing it nice and patient. Goes for the command grab there. Obviously doesn't go through any kind of armor. Oh, man.
That is a lot of damage on Jackie. It feels, when Kotal Kahn hits her, it feels so different because she's a 950 character. And right here, one more touch is all it's going to take.
Oh, let's see if he can get it here. The goop is down, doing a little DOT to Kotal as long as he's on top of it. Big jump and boot does buy himself the opening out of here. Trying to get a little space between himself and Jackie. Gets a nice little conversion, but doesn't finish it. Back throw from Nubcakes. What's going to be? Oh, whips out the up two, but not able to punish, not able to swing in time.
Oh! The 1-2, not far enough for the punish. Did have the correct block on the overhead. This is down to the wire. We're sweating right now. And he went for the command grab. Round one, put it up top there. He's going to drink the juice and go into round number 2 with a damage buff for like 1 second. It's going to go away. Look at those tattoos. When they're glowing, Kotal Kahn does more damage. That's all you guys need to know. How does it glow? He gets those command grabs. Just like Nubcakes. Going to take about a quarter, maybe a little bit over a third, or a little bit under a third of life from Kotal. Still one of the big boy characters.
Yeah, Kotal's got extra health for some reason, on top of having a mid-command grab. That's okay. That's definitely okay. Down little poke here, and trying to lock Jackie down here after the...
Never mind. I was going to make a Savage Mortal Kombat X reference. Never mind. As that round going convincingly. Nubcakes.
Final round. Fight.
Starting off with a big button there. That's his fastest normal at 9 frames. Ooh, goes into the pounce too?
Yeah, I love that he's using the pounce to kind of cover up those flawless block gaps, to try to condition Nubcakes that's not to stop looking for them.
Yes, and then that's going to open up a lot of other things later. Nubcakes is going to be lost in some sauce. Stand 1, stand 2. Sorry, stand 1, 1, 2. All goes in the command grab, so it's going to be a constant guess, and he gets a huge jump in there, and that will be the round. Give me the juice! Pop-Tart takes game number 1. Rocking a Injustice 2 tournament shader too, respect.
Hey.
Khan's back on the screen too. Khan, where you at?
That's him. That's him in cat form. He goes.
I don't know if it was intentional or not from NRS, but I had a cat named Khan that looks just like this. So I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. They're throwing they're tipping their hat to you. I could see that.
Well,
I could see that.
Khan, you're famous, buddy. He doesn't care.
I always see, NRS choosing the Kotal Kahn shifting into something else. Now, again, I have no idea if this is what's in store for the future, but I'm hopeful that, Kotal Kahn shifting into a cat is going to be like the starting groundwork for an animal shapeshifter known as Beast Boy for the Injustice series.
Oh boy, you are really putting it out there. Okay,
I have no idea. I'm just, when I saw that cat shift, I was just like, are we practicing for Beast Boy? Like, are we gonna get Beast Boy? I'm hopeful. I really want Beast Boy, but either way, it's okay. Mortal Kombat 11 here at Jackie Briggs shooting some goop and hitting that down shot, but it looks like he wasn't ready for it to actually connect. And because of that, you know, put himself in a really scrambly situation. We all know when you're right next to Kotal Khan, that mid-command grab is gonna do some work here.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. You can be sweating when you're sitting next to, or standing next to Kotal Khan. Whatever you're doing. It's his best
guessing. You're guessing for your life here. I mean, what are you gonna do? You gonna jump and die, or are you gonna stay on the ground and die? The choice is yours. Down shot, trying to keep those arms and legs swinging here. Nubcake's trying to keep his pressure, but looks like Kotal
Nice
Khan.
block back.
Not sure why he didn't convert into more damage here, but he does have the goop. Kotal Khan does have just... Oh, he used the cat to get around the goop.
0.16? Oh, really smart. Nubcake's do something multi-hitting right there. If he did something single hitting, he could have died. He could have paid the iron price.
What was he looking for? Was he looking for like a reversal throw or what?
Down one.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. Very interesting choice here. Betting it all?
Yeah, on that hold for sure. If he came out of that, he would have been forced to block though, and he would have been dead regardless. So because he doesn't have the amplified disc armor, that becomes almost a no mix-up situation for Kotal. Off of the forward two.
Interesting.
Oh, he's really got to mix up with the 1-2.
Oh no! That string. So that string is supposed to, you know, tick throw, but because it actually hit Jackie, it actually whiffed, and Nubcake's got a pretty full combo punish.
Oh, this is doable. One hit for Kotal and it's over. Forward 2 forward, fatal blow, it's over. Oh, that was so smart. What a call out by Nubcakes. Knew exactly what to do in that situation. Go up into the air, and having something active for Kotal Khan to go into is such a smart decision there, because that 9 times out of 10, heck, I'll be honest with you guys, 10 times out of 10, Kotal Khan's doing forward 2-4 right there.
I mean, hey, it's a far advancing, really, really good normal. Leads into good damage. You can hit confirm, especially, like you said, especially when that fatal blow is there. I feel like that's what Kotal Khan is looking for. He's looking for that 2-hitting string right in a fatal blow, no problem at all. And, you know, unfortunately, getting a little too aggressive there. I think he should have just kind of waited it out a little bit more, but, you know, you kind of don't want to let Jackie run away with momentum. So, you know, I definitely feel for him in the sense where, you know, you want to control Jackie, you want to control this character.
Black Dragon Fight Club.
For Pop-Tart, you know, not too many adjustments probably need to be made. He was, you know, with the 1-2 grab, you know, Nubcake's taking the hit, turned all that around, you know, one guess situation there, lost an enormous amount of health for doing that. Other than that, he's played this really solid. Both of these guys have. It looks like Nubcake's still kind of figuring this matchup out a little bit. And oh my goodness. Really see an up 2 hit so high that it's hard to convert off of. That's what we just watched right there. Kotal Khan's up 2. I don't mean to upplay him as well, but one of the best up 2s and up 3s in MK11 this character's got. There's a reason that he's being talked about so much right now.
Yeah, I know it's definitely it's quick, you know, big hitbox coming out of there. I definitely see the utility here. Gonna dunk some Jackie Briggs, throw her towards the corner because of course he can determine which side he's gonna be throwing. And here comes the back throw from Nubcakes. He's gonna do on Oki, regular mids, those fists coming at you, trying to do some work on those kidneys. And again, trying to expose Nubcake, looking for, you know, anything else besides that.
Round 2.
And there's a different philosophy in doing that. You know, you can bring the Jaguar, take away some gaps, or bring the safety of the disc, and it's two different ways of playing Kotal Khan. Pop-Tart likes trying to hit people in that gap, right? With the cat, and of course having a full screen option for heavier zoners. But what someone like me doesn't like about that is that it puts you right next to Jackie in her 9-frame mid-range, which is what's so scary about bringing that over the disc in this one. But Pop-Tart's made this work. This health bar has completely disappeared. He's working on a flawless here. Oh, taken away by the cat. That does some crazy chip damage, by the way. I just noticed that. But that's where the variations and the single moves come into play for sure. And Kotal Khan's got some of the most moves you'll see in competitive play too. As far as different characters, different loadouts.
Yeah. Some characters, you see the same loadouts every single time, but other than the mid command grab, Kotal Khan's got some options depending on what kind of style you want to play. You want to deal with zoning, you want to deal with having more air mobility. Sky's the limit here. Hold on a second. Jackie Briggs going to town here, forcing that breakaway to come very, very late into the combo. Not sure if I agree with that. Does get a nice little conversion here. Gonna amplify. No, didn't have the bar to. Or he didn't have the bar. I'm sorry, it's the wrong bar. But decided not to amplify it there. Not really sure why in this scenario.
Better Oki.
Yeah, better Oki, but you're down to almost nothing here.
What that does, I'll explain it here in a second, as that should have chipped out, and he almost stole it with the fatal blow. It's a fast fatal blow. That was pretty close. But a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people say, why don't Kotal Khans amplify command grab? Right there, it forces Nupcakes to guess. If he amplifies, Nupcakes doesn't have to guess anything at all. He's full screen against Kotal Khan and has a health lead. Versus guessing forward 2 or wave dash command grab or pressure in that situation.
No, I could see it. I just feel like he was rather close to the corner, and I think when you're just coming down to the wire, in that scenario, in that situation, it's do you want Oki or do you want to threaten the corner, right? Yeah. Or not only that, but a little bit more damage, which obviously hindsight is 2020. The Oki that he did go for because he didn't amplify it led to nothing. So in hindsight, he was probably like, man, I should have spent the bar. At least I would have got
for the
some
win.
Damage. Yeah,
there.
No,
It's all about going for the win. Yeah, it's I want this win and I want it now. Very greedy is a Kotal Khan player in that situation for sure.
Round 1, fight.
Like a true Aztec should be. Go for the throat. Rip out the heart. Drink the blood.
Big jumping kick here. Here comes the cat. Just gnawing away at the throat of Jackie. Just swinging here as we see Pop-Tart going nuts. Lots of buttons right on top of here. Nutcake's thinking that the command grab is coming and knowing that it's a big command grab. You gotta jump. You gotta take to the sky. Nutcake's finding his combo. Trying to hit some mids and they're Total just kind of rolling away there with that down little poke.
Gonna praise the sun? Oh, all day, every day. In the name of the Aztec.
Not fair.
That's not
Throwing
fair.
up that sun. Not fair. Oh man. I mean, in that situation, what could he have done in that situation? Obviously, you don't want to find yourself there.
You just wait it out.
You die.
Maybe
wait it out while Kotal gets to sit there and get health back. Yeah, that's a great option.
I don't know. Pray to God. I don't know what you're gonna do there.
It's not your responsibility to figure out what everyone else.
Exactly. That's their problem. He tried something really optimal right there. That's really hard.
The stand. Well. Is that stand 4 after the up 0? No.
Oh, he tried it. Yeah, he tried a back 2 off of it, which is really tight.
Really slow button.
And that's the second time he's punished that too. Good knowledge. Oh, there's a big anti-air. That's the beauty of having a con cut, is that all of your anti-airs turn into really big combos because of it. Because all you do is buffer an anti-air into con cut. Kotal Khan's got ridiculous anti-airs.
Oh, that he does that. Yeah, he did down 2. Speaking of anti-airs, she's going for a ride out of the corner.
Bro, we felt that one. He tried it again. But this time, Jackie going to the other side and down 2 from Kotal. As good as it was that one time in the corner, I will say a little slower and not, usually your go-to in terms of anti-air and Jackie. Let's see what the mix-up's here. Ooh, the patience, we did get the whip punish. I feel like he did that on purpose to fade out exactly what happened, and he still didn't believe it.
Yeah, it was kind of like he second-guessed, like, oh no, he's not going to fall for this. And he did. He absolutely did. Oh man, that's gotta hurt. And right now you're in the corner because of it.
And how that was savage.
Reversal, command grab.
That's his fastest mid. Darth, of course he's gonna do it. Oh, that's gonna take such big damage.
You can't quit every time you get a drill. Oh, neutral jump!
Fatal blow might have killed right there. He missed 2 hit confirms. I want to talk about it after this
round. Nerves? Is it the nerves? Is it the nerves?
What I wanted to talk about was the fact that he's in the dragon. Oh my goodness, the edges aren't working. Blocking this out, he goes onto the dot damage, and he survives! How? Oh! And then Kotal Khan, I'll say it, gets a taste of his own medicine. With the dot damage of Jackie. Pop-Tart played that really well. I think that it did come down to him being in a situation that he is definitely not used to, Pop-Tart. You know, this is a big top 8. He's only had a couple of other really good results. Still on that grind. Still a really young and up-and-coming player. But talk about someone that's to be on the lookout for in the future. Pop-Tart's among them because he's having a really quick rise in the ranks, that's for sure.
I could see that. But you said that you were going to touch upon something that he did there at the end, where he got two consecutive double hitting strings, but didn't go into fatal blow. Is that what we saw?
Yeah, the first one he did 1-2, and I think that he could have and would have hit confirmed it, but he second guessed himself again because he looked at Jackie's health and was like, this 1-2 fatal blow might not kill. But you have Godray. And then the second one was just a completely missed hit confirm, and that means that his mind was somewhere else, and his mind was probably on command grab. So
okay.
That is where so many things come into play.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see how, you know, you're looking for one thing, so you're anticipating for that thing, and then when something else happens, you're like, crap, I already buffered option 1. It's too late for me to do the last option. I definitely see that.
And those second guesses are what we can attribute to that kind of lack of experience as well. Out of Pop-Tart, for sure.
Definitely like a clutch factor thing. And speaking of clutch, you know who's coming in clutch? PlayStation 4. This tournament is presented by PlayStation 4 along with the rest of the Pro Competition Series. Guys, check out PS4 tournaments that are weekly competitions of all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You guys can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has the Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play, and you also get some tips and tricks for players of all skill level. All you guys got to do, go to compete.playstation.com, that website you see right there, sign in with your PSN ID, and you are good to go. A lot of different tournaments, a lot of different genres, a lot of different games. Go check it out, get competitive, and
real quick,
most importantly, have fun. Yeah, real quick.
Yeah,
what's up?
I'm gonna piggyback off that. We got Andre Go in the chat, says all skill levels. You guys have not watched me play. We mean that all skill levels. Andre, get in those tournaments, play, and just have some fun, and hopefully join our competitive community here. All right, get in here if you're having fun. We don't bite unless it's Melina.
Oh yeah, you don't want to mess with any kind of Melina main. Like everyone learned that. Ed Boon learned that. Everyone at NRS with a Twitter learned that. That's no good. No good. But everyone else is very friendly, very welcoming. And it's all about having a good time. It's all about making the community grow. And we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. Being here, watching the stream, and not only supporting this event, but there's a lot of other, events out there. Mr. Aquaman himself puts on a tournament series. And there's just much. There's so much content. Yeah, a lot of content, a lot of events. So get out there. If you guys don't have a Twitter, make a Twitter. Add some people, have some fun, and look at all the right places. And you can be part of communities.
We'll let you know.
Discords. We will. We absolutely will. So again, big shout out to Pop-Tart. That Kotal was phenomenal. Really, really good. But unfortunately, that's going to be the end of Pop-Tart's run. And I hope to see him in more top 8s. I definitely see a lot of talent there. And if he labs half as much as Mr. Aquaman says, then he's already miles above a majority of the scene. So
Yeah,
let's see him.
Like I said, someone that's really impressed me. It's just he's got to get that mental side of things down, and that comes with experience above all else.
Exactly.
And that's anything in this community. If you guys want to get better at anything in this community, look at us on commentary. Let me tell you, experience. Keep doing it. Keep competing. Keep entering. Keep grinding, because that grind will eventually pay off. And if you aren't seeing improvements, reach out. Someone will help you in this community to help you get better. And there's resources out there.
Yeah, there are a lot of resources. One more, what is it? Raptors website,
Combat Academy.
Combat Academy. I was just like, Pro Combat Academy? No.
Pro
CombatAcademy.com.
Combat Academy Pro. That's the upgraded app. That's what he's working on.
Nice. So big shout outs to Raptor being able to give us, website that gives you access to frame data. And if you don't know what frame data is, you're a little bit newer to the scene, you can check out his website, combatacademy.com. That's combat with a K, academy with a K, and .com without a K. I think he tried to apply for that, and they're like, I don't know why you want this. This doesn't exist. You can't have .com with a K. No go. But either way, a lot of explanations on there. A great way to kind of transition to being a new player to an intermediate player, or even being an intermediate player into a really, really good, almost pro player. You're going to do a lot of work to become a pro player, but a lot of good resources there and a lot of good information just to kind of take your game to the next level. Again, a lot of resources. Everyone here is really friendly and wants to point you in the right direction, as well as myself and Mr. Aquaman.
We've got that matchup coming up, by the way, the one that I'm incredibly excited for. We have to jump ahead right there real quick to Pop-Tart versus Nubcakes, because we're having a little bit of issue with Patient and Han Rashid. It looks like they may be getting together right now, hopefully. And that's a matchup that I'm probably the most excited for in these early round matches, as two players that ignite a bracket. Anytime I see it, anytime I watch them play, my eyes are focused on them because they're just really exciting players to watch.
No, they definitely are. And
it's also going to be hard to follow them if you're watching them on the screen, because they're going to be everywhere.
Like floating one way, teleporting the other way.
Yeah, just
Supermaning across the screen. A lot of mobility here from these characters, which is, again, just really, really fun that you can play, all these different types of characters. Just characters that are like, they don't really have mix-up, but they're so mobile, and, they have crazy wave dashes, a lot of options in the air. Or you can play a high mix-up character or like a command grab character, and again, you can also tweak and alter these characters depending on which moves you equip. So you can really make, your character even more unique in that sense, where there's an equipped move that a lot of other people aren't using, but you find a little versatility in it. I love seeing that. I love seeing completely new moves, especially ones that weren't included in the tournament variations for the first season.
Oh yeah,
I love seeing what.
I really hope we see that out of Raiden too. I don't know what Patient Impulse is fully bringing to the table, but I hope we see one of those moves that wasn't in competitive play. Oh man, he's got some cool ones, but they're a lot more fun than competitive side of things. That's for sure. Because that's the only Raiden I use is with the lightning cloud on the ground and the stance in the air. That's actually not that bad.
Oh yeah,
I think you're at -4 on the stomp and all that fun stuff. It's got some cool shenanigans to it.
I mean, if it's fun, it makes it easier to get through those grueling Combat League matches. Win or lose, it's still going to be a little salty when you lose, but it's mostly about
always
having
and
fun.
forever. Always the famous
quote?
Always and forever.
Always and forever, having fun. What's the reference to Raiden? A character that's what he was, right? A character made for fun.
Yeah.
The quote is missing. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's
thank you, Patient. Patient said that was a nice way of putting it too. Yeah, it is. They're for fun.
Definitely. We do have some quotes from some of these characters. Some of these players.
You don't.
They're definitely characters. Yeah, so Patient Impulse, we asked him what he thought about his matches so far and for the top 8. He said, just trying to improve and play my best. Can you appreciate how positive that is?
Absolutely.
He's not saying he's going to crush anyone. He's not saying this bracket is free. He's saying just gonna try my best. That's all. That's all I can do.
Not publicly anyway.
And then And also his quote is, "If you focus on improving, the wins will follow."
Ooh.
Wise words from Patient Impulse. Han Rashid, on the other hand, did not give us any thoughts. He's just being
He has
very
no thoughts on this
silent.
match.
He's just very stoic, very, I don't know. He gave us nothing.
Also,
that's okay.
Also, I just saw Pop-Tart's thoughts on his match,
Yeah.
and I'm quoting Pop-Tart on this, and I feel like I'm quoting myself. He said, "I'm mashing."
Mashing. Yeah, it makes it even better when you're mashing and you say it out loud, like when you're in front of other people or you're playing, with other people. Just I'm mashing. I'm mashing.
Yep.
Or when you get mashed on, you accuse them of being a masher, like you masher
every time. Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm mashing and you beat my mash, it's because you mashed, and you're a masher, and you're literally a masher. Like,
what's wrong with being a masher, man?
Guys.
Sometimes Rock is gonna win. Sometimes it's not. Mashing is definitely the equivalent of somebody throwing Rock every time Rock wins. That's just what it is, and that's the go-to,
Dude, look at that range.
Blocking.
Sorry, I got distracted, but continue.
Oh no, I love that. I love that glowing Raiden. I've never seen that before. Now here's the battle of the gods. We got the Thunder God going up against the God of Wind.
What do you guys like?
Thunder God, and then God of Wind.
The Wind of the Lightning.
Not wind. It's not Wind God. God of Wind.
So does that make Raiden the God of Thunder, God of Lightning?
But everyone calls him Thunder God.
Has Chaos Realm been secured?
No thanks to your thunder.
Is it so difficult to stand on your own? Round 1. Fight!
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm excited.
Oh, definitely excited, man. These guys are incredible players here. Forward 3 from downtown, connecting here. Back throw. Han Rashid keeping that offense going. Even more here. Back 1-1 for Dave. Patient Impulse going for a ride. Love the use of the interactable. Really shows control in this match. Control in this game here.
That was a lot of damage.
So much damage. You just kept getting right hit.
Like a 60% double tap
setup. Yeah, it was definitely like a specific setup, and Patient Impulse, I guess, getting a little too impatient there, not blocking, not watching those toes. Back 1-1 per day. Here comes the stick.
Oh! Only because that first hit. I thought something different when lightning's active. I've never seen that. I don't know what's happening. Oh my goodness.
A lot of different things. This was not included in one of the tournament variations. So this is for me personally. This is the first time I'm seeing this in competitive play. Yeah.
Raiden, ladies and gentlemen. Raiden.
Do you think Han Rashid is just like, what is going on in this matchup? What is happening here?
He was like us, absolutely.
Wasn't Han Rashid? Didn't he used to play Raiden before Fujin came out? I want to say he did, but I could.
No, he was a Liu Kang player.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was mixing up with somebody else. But either way, I feel like very few people know the Raiden matchup. Now I definitely don't know it when you have these equipped.
That's a lot of chips. And like I was saying, remember I talked about that thing in particular right there. He has the aerial stance, and when he comes down with the stomp, it's only like -4. It's just do it.
So it's safe. It's not punishable.
Yeah.
And you basically just get your turn. But hold on, we're looking like in a bad spot here for Patient Impulse. He just did it. He just did it.
He was going for the crushing blow right there. That's for sure.
This is an MK2 where a block Superman puts you way over the other side of the screen. That's very, very punishable. And
I definitely abused that last time I played MK2, by the way.
It's so funny. It's just like so difficult to punish for no reason. It's just like one of those moves you just throw out there. But unfortunate for Patient Impulse, he's going down. What's up?
I was gonna say that was the it was the only games I won the last time I played MK2 as well. It was the only. I think Raiden was the only character I got wins with off of catch up. We did it locally one time.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff playing the old games.
A couple of tryhards, those guys. Anyways.
Oh,
we got the Lambert skin. Now we're really talking. With the lightning? I'm mad we don't see Raiden more just because of how good the character looks.
So it looks like he's going to regular tournament variation, which we saw before. What is it? Was it Thunder Wave? It used to be called.
Yes.
So we got regular teleport and oh my god, the launching move.
Oh, yeah.
The launcher. Orb Cell. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to be seeing a lot of different play here coming from Raiden. I think his teleport is really, really good, and I think it's really downplayed by everybody who plays Raiden.
Oh, everyone.
It's so good. It's so fast, and just the threat of it means you can't do anything. You're full screen. Don't even think about pressing a button. You're full screen. Don't even think about it. You can't. Look at that. It's so good. It is so good. On top of that, Raiden has incredible walkback speed. Like the initial startup of his walkback speed is so quick, and it complements his normal button so well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Back one, forward two. I mean, this character's got a lot. Got a lot going for it.
Okay. Rub shot
was
here
hot.
from Han.
He was controlling the entire screen in front of him there.
Ooh, an anti-air! Down one as an anti-air. You love to see it happen. Teleporting. He's getting aggressive here. Han Rashid challenging at the right time. And that's gonna be the pseudo mix-up here. That's actually a throw. You can duck under. It does get us high. But you never know if he's gonna go crazy and go right into Storm Cell.
Uh-oh.
Down two to stop the short hop. Han Rashid's been using a lot of these short hop shenanigans.
Tried another one there. Patience this time. Ready for fitting up the name. He's gonna get me sniped with the forge. Who would even believe? If you would have paid a load off that, I would have cried. On the inside, on the outside, I would have exited. I would have called on David to get back in here because I would have been done.
Han Rashid would have cried too. Pretty sure he would have cried too.
Just imagine.
Could have been. What could have been in our lifetime here? Teleport somehow. The down one hitting behind Raiden. I think he's got an extra little arm in the back of his neck. Able to anti-air. Oh, that is a very, very bad spot here for Raiden. Using that breakaway and Patient Impulse down to almost nothing here in Fatal Blow territory. If he can convert into it, no, decides not to. Baits the up three. So smart. He's got no bar for breakaway. Patient Impulse got to make this hurt. Oh, Han Rashid is just swinging. Just swinging.
And he put it all on
the game was his! The game was his if he just blocked! If he just blocked, he'd would have won, no problem! Fatal Blow on deck, ready to go with Patient Impulse!
No! That's what it comes down to, was he blocked out all of it until the dive kick. Wow!
Patient Impulse being an impatient impulse and just letting go a block before that dive kick came at him. And if he just blocked it, I mean, there was another mix-up or pseudo mix-up afterwards, which, he could have amplified it or not amplified it. And I guess he just thought he wasn't going to do the dive kick. He blocked all the hits from the tornado going into the corner, and all he wanted to do was just hit confirm into Fatal Blow. That's it. That's all he needed. That would have been his, no problem. Oh my God.
And there were so many instances in the previous round too, where he could have had it off of a couple of little things too. Lack of commitment here and there has been a really big difference for him. Now, I'm not going to judge him at all on that forward two, because that was so wonky, and that was just him testing a button, like I think all of us would in that situation, and not thinking anything would hit. But there's definitely a lot more that he could have confirmed into, or put out a raw back one. Or back 1-2 that landed some hits and just didn't get anything afterwards. And then Han Rashid, a couple of snipes of his own. Big bets. He's up now 2-0.
He paid off immensely here. Back one does get whiff punished here. Raiden coming in with a big knee, drops the end of it. Not sure what I'm seeing here out of Patient Impulse. He's trying not to let it affect him, but I'm seeing some shaky gameplay here. Oh, trying to poke out as far as possible.
That was cool. Han got him to press right there with that whiff, and he was at such a far distance after the recovery that set up that whiff punish really well.
Oh, double teleport, and this time Han Rashid knowing exactly where Raiden's going, or he's just swinging because it goes either way, to the left or the right.
Oh, this is now match point for Han Rashid. This is a little more one-sided than I would have anticipated.
Yeah.
But Han's played this really well. No, only a couple of those teleports started working early. Been reacting and has been almost a little bit more of the patient player.
Yeah, it definitely has been. And, you know, I'm seeing a few dropped opportunities here come from Patient Impulse. He blocked the amplified part of the needle. I believe that is punishable, like just a regular standing normal. Once you flawless blocks.
And nice check again. The teleport, sitting back, waiting, and then kind of reacting. No matter where Patient Impulse was ended up, odds be able to react to something, whether to close a gap or try to get a punish. And those teleport steps haven't worked out. And those teleports are the bait wake-ups. Is now chip territory at the wave dash. The movement out of Han Rashid. And now he is going to quite literally blow his brother away with the brutality. Mujin and Han Rashid take it 3-0.
I love how all the skin, all the clothes, everything just kind of just disappears off their body. It's it reminds me of like a lot of the fatalities from like Mortal Kombat 3, where like they just turn into skeletons, or like everything gets peeled off and they're still standing there. I love so many of the I guess the the direction of all these fatalities. There's just so many steps to it. Especially like Kotal Khan's fatality, where he drops the totem on you. It's like 3 fatalities in one.
Yeah, it's
I feel like it was like 3 people. Yeah, I feel like it was like 3 people arguing about like his fatality should be this. No, it should be this. No, it should be this. And they're like, why not all of them? He's doing them all.
Do them all. It's like Sonya's, where she like shoots you, the drone shoots you, the other thing shoots you, she kicks your head off. You crawl across the ground. It's like, what?
It's so over the top. I love it.
Yep.
But
Completely
want to give a big shout out to the merch that we're both wearing tonight.
Hey,
a lot of great things here. You guys can specifically rep your realm, rep your part of the world. We have North America League Melina. We have Liga Latina Sub-Zero. We have Pro Competition Scorpion, as well as a lot of other things. Now, let me reiterate, guys, this slide does not do it justice. There's a lot of different items on there, not just black t-shirts, but we also do have sweatshirts, hoodies, pullover hoodies, tank tops, different colors, and more characters. You got Raiden, Jade, and Liu Kang there in the store. All you got to do is go to that Amazon website, amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. You guys can order it for yourselves. Rep your realm, rep your character, and just show a little bit of love and support to, the Pro Tour that's been putting on, just event after event, bringing you guys content and giving a lot back to the community here. So absolutely love it. But we're going to be taking a quick break. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be right back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the MKPK NA West number 4. We're a little bit of the way through this thing, but just wanted to reiterate that it is brought to you by PS4. You can check out the PS4 Tournament Open Series for yourself. There are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against friends, compete against rivals. Check out the PlayStation 4 Competition Center at compete.playstation.com. You can sign in there with your PSN ID and get a lot of info, a lot of content on how top players play, tips and tricks for players of all skill levels, and you can easily see a list of available PS4 tournaments to sign up.
Yeah,
this is one of them here on the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition. I'm back. My name's Ultradiv, and with me, of course, is still Darth Arma.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's excited for the rest of these matches. We've already had some crazy matchups there. That Raiden kind of came out of nowhere. I thought we were going to see a little bit more of that, but, character or variations for fun can only bring you so far. So far we saw a little bit of a mix of everything, but I'm really excited to get into these next matches. Winners finals, we have Wise Gemini who's going to be going up against Too Easy. Then down into the losers round 2 match, we have Wound Cowboy versus Han Rashid. So we saw Han Rashid, just a little bit ago, a few I guess 10, 15 minutes ago. Doing great work there with Fujin, being able to just kind of stop patient impulse in its tracks, just getting real control of a lot of different situations, and kind of knowing where to hedge his bets. When he went for that dive kick in the corner, really good call out. Patient not to. But either way, I guess he's going to be going up against another patient player, another player who prides himself on patience. Wound Cowboy. Wound Cowboy, who dates all the way back to the MK9 days, also playing Shang back then. He wanted us to know his thoughts on the matchup, and he said, gotta stay patient. He also says, knowledge is power. So that's a little bit of Wound Cowboy, where he prides himself.
What an old man.
Oh, definitely old man vibes here. I mean, we started at MK9. That already makes you old. And you also think that blocking is superior to, going crazy and applying offense. That also makes you old. It's all about the combo. It's all about the mix.
In this matchup, Han's character is so fast, so much mobility. I don't know. I'm not sure how this matchup goes. It's not one that I've seen very often. But I'm just thinking that maybe the up skulls at least can deal with Skywalker up there. It's just that back and forth movement speed is so fast on Han Rashid's side.
Definitely.
We'll see though. See how it plays out. Pretty even so far.
Oh, big crushing blow here. 28% and a little bit of a side switch. Wound Cowboy decides to throw all caution to the wind. Neutral jump kick here. Ducking under some projectiles. Amplifying that last little ground eruption here. Dropping bodies, which, is a very, not an auto-tracking move, but a very good full screen option here. It does hit as an overhead. Good flawless blocking from Han Rashid. Try to avoid it.
It's not enough. He jumped on reaction to that. Very interesting little counter idea from Wound Cowboy. People are very often frozen there, but he was ready for it. And now, though, we have Han Rashid pressuring, looking for the big-time read was Wound Cowboy. Han had it instead.
Strange little
very buttonsy. You were talking about blocking 10 seconds ago about Wound Cowboy. Look at this man. Trying to neutral duck, trying to press buttons. Okay, here he is with the block button action.
Look, man, they're reads, okay? They're all reads. Very well calculated. He thought something was going to happen. It didn't. That's okay. He's going to be moving forward here.
Hey, I'm not mad about it. Sometimes you got to do stuff.
Yeah, you do. Blocking will get you nowhere, as the loading screen has told me a few times. Whoa,
range,
went right in front of him.
Yeah, Han just not quite ready for the punish on it. Cowboy jumping up into the sky yet again. That's been his go-to a couple times with Skywalker as it comes down.
Desist.
Han Rashid's gonna take it. Yeah, I think you can really see how much of this time, joking aside, Wound Cowboy has spent a lot of this match blocking it out. Just trying to stay patient, trying to look for moments to counterattack, trying to look for moments to throw out up skulls or even straight skulls, or corpses from the sky. But there's a big read, and he was right about it this time.
Very close. Yeah, those that recovered a lot faster than I anticipated, and I think a lot faster than Han Rashid anticipated. I thought that was going to be a clear as day punish, but Wound Cowboy lives to see another day.
Did he get a not quite, in fact, flawless block? Love it from Wound Cowboy. So he's got a life lead just like that. He is controlling some space. That's the spot though. Somebody's got trouble. Maybe. Did he get him in time? Can he punish? In there? Yes. Wow. Wound Cowboy. I really like the punish choice. A little surprised to have seen Han go with what he did, but Wound Cowboy was there for the punish.
I don't know if he was anticipating the second part of that fatal blow to reach. Maybe he thought like a ground eruption was coming up, which, as his recovery. And at that point into the animation, I guess Han Rashid would have had some kind of armor, but definitely not the right call. Especially, again, you're playing someone who's very calm, methodical. No reason in that scenario for Wound Cowboy to, do anything crazy here. I think in this matchup, Fujin is definitely the aggressor, and Fujin is the one that's trying to deal with projectiles, ground eruption.
Oh, yeah.
And so Wound was already used to being on defense for Fujin. He's got to throw in those wacky forward 3 low hitting slides, jumping in or using the Skywalker to kind of get around some things. And I don't think that was the right call. It definitely wasn't the right call, obviously, but I think Han needs to reevaluate who he's playing against.
Well, we'll see how he deals with it here. It's the same variation. Starting off a little bit more slowly. Now he's in here checking it. Again, there have been lots of jumps from Wan Cowboy in reaction to Skywalker.
So he actually changed it up. He gave up. Did he have Needle in the other one, or did he have wind kicks already? I think he just sacrificed.
Oh, did he have
Needle?
Right,
For
okay,
wind
he did have.
Yeah.
Right, okay, for sure.
So I don't specifically know why. I don't feel like Wound Cowboy was really like punishing it or anything. Maybe he wants it for the armor break ability, but honestly, I don't think it's a great armor break. It does very little damage, but right now it's working out for him. And Han Rashid getting that first
carry.
round. Yeah, that's
combo,
true.
You can get corner carry pretty quickly.
That's true.
So if
really
you
good point.
you find a hit, you can at least get this zoner into the corner. Where still, that's where Wound Cowboy's stuck. Han Rashid comes in with the slide into the restand as well. So this game is all working out for him.
Oh yeah. Ooh, flawless block, gets his turn, but not able to go after that down 1 check. Han Rashid playing it really smart, recognizing that flawless block and blocking immediately. Air-to-air exchange here with the jump and punch. Han Rashid running away with this here.
Yeah, absolutely dominant game by Han Rashid. He started out fast with that one combo into the kicks, into the corner, and then they never left there. Occasionally it was Fujin who was cornered by jumping himself in there, but other than that, it was all Han Rashid.
Yeah, no, I can see that. And, I think a lot of it was that corner carry that you kind of, touched on a little bit. I feel like it's one of those intangible assets when it comes to certain, combo routes, or in this case, certain character variation builds where, on paper you see like, okay, it doesn't really do that much damage. The armor break is a little bit underwhelming because it doesn't really lead into, a launcher that I can amplify. It just kind of does damage and that's it. Almost, comparable to a down 2. But yeah, the corner carry, if you're playing a character which has a little bit more immobile options, like Zhang doesn't have a teleport here. He doesn't have a way to, switch sides with you like a Cetrion or a Raiden would do. So yeah, I could see how the corner carry would play a really, really big part in this matchup.
Han's already in. He got in so much more quickly in the last couple of rounds than we did when we saw him in the first game. Oh, and then no follow-up. Wound Cowboy's there. Still put a quick low a couple times in a row. Well, there's the interactable coming into use. And no whip punish! As Han tries it out, it just feels like almost everything's working for him. Jump in, but didn't believe. Tried to duck. No, even Chip's going to be a problem here. Han Rashid, I'm a little surprised to have seen the breakaway from him. He was at such a life lead, but he does have the corner starting out here in this next round.
Yeah, so if he can just kind of keep the offense going, not be put in a spot where he's got to use defensive meter, I think he'll be okay. I also love that he's equipping the very fast wind push. It doesn't do damage unless you amplify it, but it's a good way to just kind of control Zhang in those, in that distance where he wants to be, which is a little bit, between mid and far range, mostly far range. So I like the adjustment, the change in variation here.
You can see how annoying that is for Wound Cowboy, who just wants to throw some kills. The movement speed! Wow, you gotta be so precise on the corpse drop and which spot you pick versus Fujin here. Again, getting hit even before the corpse actually dropped. Just like you went all the way to the other side of the stage. What?
Exactly. Corner to corner, coast to coast. Like, absolutely nothing. It all came down to like 1 or 2 combos here. Trying to push him back. Trying to keep Wound at bay. Wound's got to know it's not really doing damage, but in that scenario, it didn't need to do damage. Just a little bit to get that win, and thanks to that crushing blow requirement, which I believe is if every variation of distance wind hits, then that crushing blow is loaded. You got to do close, medium, and far. I don't know if there's a very far, but that wind push that you're seeing there from Han Rashid, that doesn't auto track. He's got to specifically place it. So, it just kind of adds a little bit more more thought process when you're doing it. Like, it's not one of those moves that you just do willy-nilly. You got to understand how far the opponent is, and spacing. Spacing is very, very important, because if that move whiffs, it can be dangerous. It can be very, very dangerous.
Right back to Wound Cowboy. He did tell us that he also would have a Cetrion, or might have a Cetrion, but it seems like we're not going to be seeing that, at least here. He's going to have to win the next few in a row, as he's down 2-1. Same variation. Oh no, he has slide now. What am I seeing down here?
Yeah, it's really, I got that's super small on me. Okay, yeah,
it is.
So he's got reptile slide. Reptile slide.
So he can play a little bit more of a mix-up game. Obviously quite a risk on the low end of that, but it is available, and he can get under some of what Fujin wants to do. Maybe he's thinking he can attack from kind of a far range. Again, unsafely, but it exists.
I mean, we saw Sly doing so much against Wound Cowboy when he was fighting against BZ. So it's just, again, really a way to keep someone in check.
He could maybe get out of the corner with it, too, if he finds a combo while in this corner.
That's true. Adding a little bit more mobility to a specific character's variation build that's trying to immobilize you here.
Woo! The speed from Han Rashid. Wow, Cowboy is just feeling like he's overwhelmed. Oh man, Han even there in the middle part of the string.
Yeah, nice little up two for your trouble. Oh, short hop kicks here. Overhead, very tricky stuff. Wow, Cowboy gonna get 2% health back here. Yeah, a little bit on the board here. But I think it's gonna be going completely away as that flaming dumpster heading right towards him.
Round 2.
This is match point for Han Rashid. 1 round away from securing this victory and moving on here in the bracket.
Yeah, he's air extremely strong over the past 3 games, and he's doing the same here. All of his mix-ups, look at the come on, what are you doing? I don't even know what to do. You're a Wound Cowboy there. You're watching this character dash back and forth like that. Should you press the button? Maybe, but it'll get back one, right? I mean, the feeling of Han Rashid right now is that he has total control.
So, this is a do-or-die situation for Wound Cowboy. And that's why he went for the Fatal Blow, trying to maximize the damage as much as possible on this, but of course not going to be enough here. He needs to hit at least 3 more combos with Shang Tsung. Hopefully he's looking for that convenient damage in the zoning, and decides to hit the interactable Han Rashid, jumping from the top rope and able to seal the deal here, taking out Wound Cowboy. Again, huge shoutouts for Wound Cowboy making this top 8, but unfortunately for him, he's going to be eliminated here. I believe that was for 5th or 4th place.
5th
look at
place.
The bracket again.
Yeah, for 5th.
Yeah. Okay.
For 5th place. Yeah. So Wound has now made top 8 twice in this season's Pro Comp, and he has been 5th place today and 7th place in week number 1. So he came into this weekend 13th in points. So he's going to get more points than that, right? He'll be raising up a little bit as well. So for him, even though it doesn't end up working out in terms of winning this week, he still did do an important part of the job, which is to get points so that you can get into the finals, so that there you can get some money.
Hey, look, you get into that finals, no matter whether you're seed 1 or seed 16, 15, all that matters is how well you play on that day. That day is very important. You could get, 7th places, 5th places, 4th places all through, these qualifying weeks, but that doesn't mean, you bring your A game or you're just playing out of your mind that day. And you could, cause a big upset, beat people that have beaten you before when it was only points on the line, and then later it's going to be money. But no, Wound Cowboy, one of those players who's, in the top 16 for this region. We highlighted that before with the graphic. But points are very, very important for him, because if he misses an opportunity, that's going to be an opportunity for somebody else to kind of jump up over him in terms of that, in terms of the points. And seeding is very important, especially to veteran players, OG players. Seeding is almost like a given for a lot of things, but it plays a very important part in your tournament path, and when you're going to be facing the really, really good players. But I want to give a big shout out to Astro Gaming. You guys can check out a lot of things here at astrogaming.com. All the audio for Pro Competition is powered by Astro for the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. And if you guys want to find out more, again, visit that website. You guys can see all their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, which are available now. A lot of good things. Upgrade your setup to an Astro. A lot of good stuff here. And, it's just super comfortable. We've been wearing this for hours. Doesn't hurt. Pretty nice. And, it's good for anything, whether you're gaming, your Zoom calls, your Zoom meetings, or if you're just watching the stream, having fun, you want to isolate everything else in the world, hit up astrogaming.com. So the next match we have is going to be determining who gets 4th place we're going into winners finals. I misspoke. Look,
winners
wrong
finals.
part of the bracket here. Winners finals. What do we have here, David?
Well, we got Wise Gemini and we got Too Easy, and Too Easy came into this. His quote was, "This bracket looking free as," and I'm sure you can imagine the next word. So he's coming into this extremely confidently. Wise Gemini, a little bit, well, maybe not as out there about it, but still confident. It just says, just keep my reactions up. And we have Jackie versus Too Easy going with Cetrion. Yeah.
You stood with Shinnok,
What he's got here,
Cetrion.
character's been using for quite a while.
I stood for nature's balance.
Still counts as taking his side.
Round 1.
So we got winners finals of the NA West number 4. Arc Wise Gemini and Knights Too Easy. Both currently in Texas, by the way. That's where Wise Gemini lives, but Too Easy said that he's currently visiting as well. Oh yeah, we got the clinch? Am I looking at the clinch? Wait, is it 2019? Interesting.
Muay Thai clinch, which was the variation that a lot of people saw before upgraded Jackie became a thing. Dash punch, full range, going to be filling that crushing blow requirement. A lot of damage here. The forward throw should be enough to seal the deal, and it is. Wise Gemini looking fantastic here. As Too Easy dives into the Cetrion part of his portfolio. Plays a lot of different characters, definitely Chameleon himself.
Super cool to see the clinch. Look, Jackie just has a lot of strong stuff. I feel like there's several variations for her that are really, really good. You tend to see the goop graded the most, but nobody thinks clinch is bad, right?
No,
I am curious though, like why he is going with this. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
He's got leap and he's got the he's got clinch as well. It's pretty cool. Interesting. Interesting mix of stuff here.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive tool, and something that, oh man, so good. Down 2 just to solidify that victory there. I don't think Too Easy is going to stay on Cetrion, but clinch kind of, you utilize it a little bit later. Something it can't really, Jackie can't do with the super jump. What clinch can do, you can go into, pokes into clinch to kind of steal your turn, or somebody blocks your down 1.
Right.
They think it's their turn to swing, and they're letting go of block to get hit by clinch. So that kind of adds like a little bit more of I think a very high risk, definitely high risk, but yeah, super risky, but I wouldn't say it's high reward. I think it's just kind of like something you do every once in a while to put that in their head, but it looks like Too Easy is actually staying on Cetrion.
Okay.
Despite such a one-sided game number 1.
By the way, I love this costume for Cetrion. She looks so cool.
Oh yeah, she definitely does. She definitely does.
Really just got jumped in on. I mean, that's as easy as it sounds. Difficult to do, but Wise Gemini got in there and just never let go.
That's the name of the game. just pure aggression here, especially with this loadout. I think, you know, you're not using the DOT or the goop. You're trying to do the damage, and you're trying to just, you know, just kill your opponent as quickly as possible here. Back throw, incredible.
Already got part of the clinch lined up. Yeah, he's gonna get another bit of it here. Yes. But he approaches the KB. And now it's on Too Easy to get something going. At least to try to stay away for a while, maybe get some chip out of this. A little bit of damage here and there. Oh, it's a big chance for Wise Gemini. Didn't quite take it. And the grab. Okay, Escape Bell was looking for the corner. Wow! Wise Gemini came in there very quickly. And he's made great use of that dash punch, even though it's unsafe nowadays.
Yeah, it's unsafe on block, but it's a call out that you gotta throw in there. You know, you can't let Cetrion. A lot of things that, you know, Cetrion loves to go for that backdash, one of the best backdashes in this game. So, you know, I think Wise Gemini is just trying to shut that option off, trying to condition Too Easy to not do it anymore. You know, really restrict the mobility of Cetrion here. Challenging with some buttons. Whiff City right in front of Cetrion. Too Easy, looking a lot better this round. Trying to anticipate a super jump from Jackie. Does find that forward throw. Jackie in a world of hurt. Yeah, and just backing off. Just backing off. If she didn't super jump, she would have had to, you know, get chipped out by those lasers. Might have not killed her, but, you know, would have put her in a really, really tough spot for a comeback. Look at the spacing here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, that's such a great little shimmy. Too Easy. Again, all these reads are right. She just has to make a ton of them. Obviously, very strong character. I am not going to downplay, but she does need to hit you a bunch of times compared to what Jackie needs to do. And right now, Too Easy's doing it. Didn't have it. Here we go. No, it was a big chance. Not quite taken at this point. Okay, well, for Wise Gemini, what a drop.
Yeah, it was a good challenge. Really good challenge here from Wise Gemini, but, you know, it just he didn't execute it perfectly. You know, missed opportunity for him, and Too Easy able to kind of change the tides into his favor. Despite, again, a very decisive game number one, stuck with the character and really just understood the situation, understood what he did wrong, and you know, how to deal with Jackie, really. Anticipating a lot of super jumps, which I think he was doing a great job. Jump back normal, especially if it's a normal that you can cancel into a pretty safe move from most range. But it was forcing Wise Gemini to go with these crazy dash punches, which, you know, again, you touched on the fact, very unsafe, very unsafe. So if you know a dash punch is coming, all you got to do is duck it, block it. Either way, it's going to be a full combo punish. But against a character like Cetrion, she's not going to be doing too much unless she's got access to one specific crushing blow or access to her fatal blow. So I think he was willing to take the risk most of the time.
Makes sense to me, but he didn't like how it went overall, so going back to the Lu here. Character we've seen him play many times. And Too Easy's playing it similarly, you know, he doesn't want to get zoned out. One of the funky things about how this matchup can go is that Lu has good mid-range control, good far-range control with these projectiles. So if Too Easy can get in there and just cause havoc with wind, being safe, doing a restand, he can make a lot of good work happen too. We saw that at the beginning. Wow, what range! Okay, yes, with the punish. Wise Gemini he was on his way to get into the corner, and then she's out of there at the cost of all her defensive meter, but she is out of there.
Oh, flying kick right over her. She's still really low profile to the ground. Not able to connect it there, just a little too far away. Here comes the ground pound and the throw coming from Wise Gemini. Wise Gemini looking good here, trying to take this lead away from Too Easy, trying to shift the momentum back in his favor. Too Easy with a perfect call out here. Crushing blow, gonna pop up for some good damage. There's the armor breaker. So good from Cetrion. That move does everything.
Restand, it really does everything, yeah.
Back, yeah. Breaks armor. Okay.
Well, right now, Too Easy stuck in the corner. And you know that this can go downhill really fast versus a Lu. Back into the corner, please. Yes. Oh, huge
Is that an
chance.
input error? Had to be an input error. There's no way he wanted that. No way. And I think
It
the
would be
side
such a
switch.
giant call out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the side switch messed up his inputs just a little bit here. Left becomes right, right becomes left. Jump and kick from Liu Kang. What a conversion here into 1-2, 1-2. No problem. Here comes Fatal Blow. I'm pretty sure this is going to be enough to kill. No, scaling. It's scaling a lot. Definitely not killing.
Yep. So now the question is, does she teleport or not? No, the answer is
Neither.
no, but nevertheless, Wise Gemini was frozen because he was worried about it.
Oh, it's such a heartbreaker when you utilize that Fatal Blow. It connects, you're so close to that comeback, and then you lose the round anyway. Now, Wise Gemini is coming in this final round. No Fatal Blow available, but Too Easy will have access when he falls below 30%. Boulders after boulders, straight lasers, the zoning options here from Cetron, trying to get some kind of whiff there from Liu Kang, but Wise Gemini staying really, really patient, not poking unless he is absolutely sure he is going to make contact. Anti-air, the down one, Too Easy, desperately trying to jump out of the corner here. This is not good. This is not good for Too Easy at all. Regular throw here. Wise Gemini got him into the corner and never, ever let up. Throws, anti-airs, pressure, all the right call-outs here. Wise Gemini looking like a completely different player, but remember, Too Easy did not specifically pick Cetrion in anticipation of fighting Liu Kang. It looks like at the beginning it was to fight against Jackie. Now, Too Easy does have a really good Scorpion, a really good Sub-Zero, and a really good Shang. So we can see any of those characters plus any other character that he could be working with. So let's see what Too Easy is going to do with the ball in his corner.
When I asked what characters he was thinking about playing today, his response was top tier. Just
top tier?
in general, you know, yeah, exactly. Whichever characters he thinks is appropriate at the time right now. I guess his answer is Sub-Zero. Let's see what he's got.
Here.
What do you got? Pick a top tier, as they say, as they've been saying for a decade plus. Deep freeze and creepy ice. Okay.
All right, so Creep and Ice, going to keep it nice and safe. Deep Freeze, going to give you a lot of combo potential. Not only that, but it's also going to be, nullifying projectiles that it crosses paths with. And making pretty much any, just eliminating any kind of trade in the projectile war. Poking with down one on Wake Up, that's a questionable decision here. Wise Gemini definitely feels a way about that as he ducks under the throw down to that nunchuck, making contact with the bottom of Sub-Zero's chin as he just inflicts all this damage. Oh my god, wait, he whiffed! Oh my god, can he make this comeback? He needs to hit him one more time and he can kill him.
Oh man, you're actually right. No, that's not gonna happen. Wise Gemini will get there first. That was a very risky round by Too Easy. You're right, could have made a comeback, but he made a lot of reads defensively that just did not pay off. And right there again with random slide, I was about to bring that up too. He had that in the previous rounds, didn't work. This time, no. So Wise Gemini at his match point is looking great. I think that might be keyed up now. Oh man, Too Easy cannot battle out at all.
God, throws after throws.
Got him. What a buzzsaw from Wise Gemini right there. Wow, he dominated in that game. And what was funky again about that is that was Too Easy taking a bunch of risks. Couple of slides in neutral. He had grab as pressure rather than something a little safer. I mean, in some ways, grab is riskier than forward two, right? Depends on how you think about that. He was very active defensively and just kept on getting blown up for it. He was trying to make reads. Obviously, he's an extremely strong player, but in that particular round, Wise Gemini just had it against him almost every time.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a tough thing to deal with, and Wise Gemini in control. Even in that first round, not using those crushing blows, but being able to set them up for round number 2, to make it that he didn't have to hit him as many times. Stand 1-2 is also just incredible. It looked like Too Easy wasn't really spacing that move out quite well. Stand 1 would whiff, but he wouldn't anticipate for, the correct range to make the second hit of 1-2 whiff. And, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to do. It's a very fast move. It does hit as a double high, but it's so quick that it just catches you by surprise. And again, guys, we want to give a big shout out to PlayStation 4. This tournament is presented by PlayStation 4, the Mortal Kombat Pro competition, along with, all the other regions, everything really coming down to PlayStation 4, giving us a lot of love. PS4 tournaments are weekly competitions for all skill levels. Compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You guys can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play and some tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. All you guys got to do, go to that website you saw right there, compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN ID, and you are good to go. Sign up for weekly tournaments, not only in MK, not only in fighting games, but a lot of different genres. If you're a competitive guy, definitely go out there, make some friends, have some fun. So as we break down even more, these guys are getting down to the nitty gritty. So we have Wise Gemini sitting there in the grand finals. Too Easy getting sent to the losers finals here, and Too Easy will be playing the winner of Han Rashid versus Nubcakes. Now, of course, Wise Gemini sitting up there on the winner side, meaning he has not lost a single tournament set, so he still has both his tournament lives intact. This is a double elimination bracket, as it normally is for fighting game events. That doesn't mean that he's necessarily, the winner just yet, but he is going to have a big advantage going into the grand finals because whoever makes it to the grand finals will only have one tournament life left. So that means they're going to have to defeat Wise Gemini not only in one set, but 2 consecutive sets in order to win the entire tournament. But that's okay. That's in a few matches here. Let's focus on Han Rashid and Nubcakes, who do find themselves here in the lower bracket, or in the losers bracket, to a few losses earlier today and yesterday. Nubcake starting it off here on the winner's side, dropping down. And Han Rashid starting it off today in the top 8 on the loser's side. And he's been fighting, going through player after player with that Fujin. Super strong, super fast, super mobile, and just making all those right decisions, just moving like the wind. Really love to see it, man. Really love to see it. I know you miss Nubcakes. Nubcakes has been around for quite some time, dating back all the way to the Injustice 1 days, premier Batman of the West Coast. Gotta love Nubcakes.
Yeah, he's been strong for a long time out of here. We got a couple of strong SoCal players in this coming up match, which is great to see that they both made top 4, but also, bummer that they both have to play against each other, having played so much. But that's how it goes sometimes, right? Once you get to top 4, you can't complain about that. There were hundreds of people in this tournament, and they're the 2 of the 4 who ended up where they are. Nubcakes, when we asked him some thoughts about how this is going to go, this whole top 8, he said, it'll be tough. Can't sleep on anyone in this bracket. And he certainly knows that about Han Rashid as well. Han comes into this 4th overall in points. Nub comes into this 12th overall in points. So they're both in that top 16 right now, but, they're both trying to shore up their points. I guess they are. Right? They both made top 4, but important still for both of them to continue to have that kind of progression of getting those points more and more over and over again. They played against each other a lot. When we used to have locals and you could go offline and meet other people in person, which was a time that used to exist, they played each other all the time.
Remember.
I'm sure that's continued as we're all stuck at home as well.
Yeah.
I would
like
expect
that.
Jackie versus Fujin here.
Yeah. Online is so good, a lot of great ways to get matchup experience, link up with a friend, tweet out, you need certain matchup experience, join some Discords, be a part of, the community and like subgroups of the community. So just big shout outs to everyone, doing anything for the love of it all, doing anything to make the community bigger. That's what this is all about. And Nubcakes here with this Jackie. Nubcakes loves the air mobility, loves those options once he takes to the air. But Fujin, also one of those characters as well, with the Sky Waka. able to dive kick, able to cancel, able to go into spinning kicks if you got the right variation set up.
Your father is an old friend.
You two fought together?
We share many of the same scars.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, going to be a good match between these two. Wow, what a start. They both were so active in the start right there. What a call by the so they're down 3 range again.
Super aggressive there.
That's what I would expect in this matchup for sure. Interesting. Okay, they're both bringing out the 3s. Han Rashid so fast. What a call! And the jump there from Nutcakes begins his own pressure. Yes, he's here. Oh, he needs only one more combo. That's how it is for both of them, though. Well, you the pickup! Wow. Oh, could have had it. That's the problem. But he's got the hit. Okay, Nutcakes ends up taking it in that round. What a zany, all over the place, back and forth kind of round that was.
Yeah, very aggressive. A lot of, you know, dropped opportunities there, you know, especially with Han Rashid. He got that corner instant jump 1 and not able to do too much with it. Nutcake's able to seal the deal with that round number 1, hitting that crushing blow requirement. Max range here from the dash punch. Oh, that could have been disastrous for Han Rashid, but he lives to see another day. Look at the awareness of Han Rashid, knowing that the side switch was a possibility, taking advantage of the fact that he can lock down Jackie's mobility and cut off some real estate for his benefit. Doesn't get the pick up there. Whoa, Nutcake's hitting down too. Little zany here. Little crazy. Tries to middle blow.
So close. Backing off slightly first. Getting it! Okay, a little stagger. So in both of these rounds, it felt like there were certainly times when both players were controlling things. But in the end, each time it was Nutcakes who came out on top.
Yeah. And it's again, so close, so down to the wire, especially round number 1. I feel like Han Rashid had like 1 or 2 game-winning or round-winning scenarios and just kind of dropped the opportunity, which you don't want to do on a stage like this. You don't want to do when, you know, there's a lot of points on the line. The farther up you get in the placement, the bigger the difference in points are for all these, you know, sets. You know, the difference between 4th and 3rd is a lot bigger than the difference between, you know, 7th and 5th. So, you know, you gotta recognize that there's more pressure on the line here, and I think Nutcakes is a very clutch player. Can definitely play, and when the pressure is on, you know, he's been to offline, online, all types of tournaments, and he's just always doing really well.
Yeah, it's in some ways almost nice for him that this is an online only time, because back when there were so many offline events, yeah, he would travel sometimes, but he just wasn't able to as often as some of the other players, so you didn't get to see him. You didn't get many chances to do the kind of work that he has long been capable of doing.
He did support his locals, though, for quite some time. Definitely, you know, one of the OG Injustice 1 boys, always at Wednesday night fights. So a big shout out to the locals. Everyone's waiting for them to come back.
Yeah. The little button there from Nugget starts things off. And what a pickup, too. Boy, it feels all of a sudden like Han Rashid is the one who hasn't been pressing buttons. Something you rarely say about Han Rashid and Fuji.
That's right. It's definitely true. Oh, Jackie getting whiff punished there with those straight crossbow shots. Back throw from Jackie Briggs. What's she going to do on the wake up? Decides to jump in, maybe anticipating an up 3 to whiff. Han Rashid getting some good damage. Jackie had no choice but to go for the breakaway, minimize that damage as best as she can. Now we're in a one-hit scenario. Fatal blow on the table. Not sure if we're even going to see it from Han Rashid. Look at that awareness there, knowing that she came off that breakaway, knowing that she didn't have access to it for quite some time, and there was no need to utilize that finite resource known as the fatal blow.
He had to start, but just didn't get the hit confirmed for some reason. Han Rashid now out of the corner. Oh yeah, way out of the corner.
Oh, Jackie's just trying to chase her down with that.
Right? Yeah.
Very, I could almost see the frustration there from Nubcase. Like, I just need to get in. I need to get closer. Dad punch. So
I really like the style that we're seeing out of Han Rashid. He is mostly away. Well, he whiffed, and big chance by Nubcase. But until that, he was really playing for distance. He was playing for his extra superior range over his opponent, and it was really working out.
Yeah, no, it was until he
all goes away. Everybody's got a plan until they get dash punched in the face. Oh, he will kill himself. No, he needed to get out of there. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I was just
forgot.
gonna say he was about to slide into it. Oh,
he forgot. Is that still there?
Right?
Came off
Yeah.
the screen, so came off the screen, so I thought it went away.
Had enough sport?
That's gonna be a plus string. Han Rashid sort of respecting there. It might have been a duck. Maybe calling out a throw specifically against Jackie, which is a tough call because she does, you know, lunge back so quickly after the throw in.
Yeah, and here's this distance game again for Han Rashid. He's shooting crossbows from across the way. He's coming in with the wind now and then. And stabs here and there for the Skywalker, but in general, you can really tell he does not want to be anywhere near where Jackie is. Oh, he's close. And he actually got hit because of it. The one time he got close, it was on his own turn. And just like that, Nubcase takes advantage for 400 damage. Okay. Oh, got it. There it is. Yeah, that might have just been a chip kill situation with the needle. So Han Rashid ties it up 1-1.
Yeah, it was definitely a smart move from Han Rashid. You know, as soon as you break away, you don't have any defensive bar. If you don't have defensive bar, you lose access to wake up roll. You lose access to wake up attacks. The only thing you can do in that scenario is just do a one delay wake up. And Han Rashid covering both bases, covering, you know, regular wake up and delay wake up by hitting that very active string in the back 1-1 string. So smart stuff by Han Rashid. Again, no need to take any kind of risk if you don't have to. Just cleaned it up, no problem. Nubcakes sticking it out here with Jackie. I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. And, you know, it's close. It's definitely a close set so far. I don't think there's any need to run for the hills quite yet.
Yeah, why is it that Fujin has a crossbow? I don't know. I don't know why that is. But
I don't know why it is, but he's had a crossbow ever since Mortal Kombat 4. So
yeah.
Again,
it's part of it.
It's just there. They have to. Although his crossbow in Mortal Kombat 4 had like glowing arrows that made you explode. I don't know why they, you know, he downgraded just a little bit more humble is the model at this point.
He's got some other stuff going for him in this game. It's okay. Oh yeah. Oh, what a block, but just not quite there in range. It's gonna be pressure for Nubcakes here. Comes in. That delay actually allows Nubcakes to get pressure. Right up to, but actually behind it.
It's definitely not a good up two. Like in terms of, as far as up twos go in this game, like I'm sorry, it's just not. It's not a good up two. The hitbox is a little strange, very specific. You know, some up twos, it's got a very like long, like horizontal and vertical range. I don't think Fujin's has either one. It's just very like, it's just like a line that goes up. This is all the time. So I'm sure Han Rashid wasn't surprised when it whiffed. He's just like, oh, typical stuff. But right now he's looking good here, hitting that back wind pull right into.
Oh no!
That before. That was a little crazy.
Oh, Jackie and finds it. Yeah, I feel like even before that, Han Rashid had a combo on back 1-1 and had Fatal already and chose not to use it. The backwards movement into the whip punish again. You can see how important that's been for Han Rashid, that he has these far-reaching normals, and Jackie's pretty subtle. Been key to Han's game plan.
Yeah, she's definitely a stunning character. Yeah, little DOT, but that's okay. He's got a lot of health to work with, so it's not usually a problem until you get down to the single-digit health bar percentage.
Too far though. Yeah, that range that Nubcake's been doing that has been really, really good. The crossbow to the rescue. Again, this distance game is where Han seems like he wants to be. Out of the sky. No bar, but he makes it count anyway. Look at this. And he actually built the offensive bar in that combo and just had it by the end of the combo right there. Great stuff.
That's how fast. That's how oh, I'm sorry. That's how long. You know,
right? Yeah.
Combo is. It's a take forever. Big jump in here from Nubcake. Double jump in, if you will. First one empty. Next one coming in hot with a big punch right to the face. Nubcake goes for the challenge. That move is not unsafe, but it's pretty negative, so it's usually your turn to swing afterwards. Nubcake, knowing that, goes for the slower mids. The back one barely whiffing there in that scenario, trying to get a whiff punish of his own. Here comes super jumping, just like that. Han Rashid reacting perfectly with that straight crossbow. Again, keeping Jackie back. You can see the frustration just oozing out of Nubcakes here. I think that's going to be all she wrote. Indeed it is. Han Rashid sealing the deal with a nice, crisp little combo there, ending it quite simply with a down 2. No need to risk any kind of execution, or possibly drop the game-winning scenario, the set-winning scenario, and Han Rashid is going to be moving on to the losers finals, where he's going to be facing up again. He's going to be faced up against Too Easy. Winner of that is going to move on to grand finals.
I think it's just 2-1.
Oh God! Oh, that was it. I thought that was it. Okay, thank you, David.
Yeah, just
Jackie Briggs.
Still though, the way that Han's
am I gonna curse
playing,
it? Is that?
We'll see, right? Yeah. One thing that I've really enjoyed watching is how when Han backs off to that kind of far range that he is like to pick, he uses this regular crossbow as the anti-air, as like the Mike Watson fireball anti-air, and that's a great usage of that because I feel like one of the downsides of that crossbow is that it's like really high up, right? Like versus people who are on the ground, it's like you can duck it really easily, right? There's like no bones about it. But if it's an anti-air, it does the trick. So he's backed off to his range where that specifically is effective.
It's a really good way to kind of the other approach there. You know, Jackie is that dash punch. You know, gets her from point A to point B really quickly. However, it is unsafe, so you know you gotta kind of think twice if you're Jackie.
Well, she got to point B pretty fast this time. It's Han who has the corner now. Tried to keep it going. That would have been super sick. Wave dash into continuing combo, but not quite there. Here's the block. Nothing. Woo! Wow. Okay, Nubcakes is in there.
Going down.
He gets pressure right up close. He was worried about something. Whatever it was didn't come. Maybe Han Rashid in trouble. Can't afford to grab. Can't afford to stay there very long either. And what a punish by Nub. I love seeing the dash punch usage right there. Even if he had stayed up in the air, she would have just kept, she would have chased, right? I like that a lot.
Yeah, would have chased them down, would have, you know, closed the gap, so to speak. That's going to be a big jump in, but he actually didn't commit to the rest of the string, or maybe he just put it in wrong. It didn't matter either way. Able to get the next hit, able to get this next throw, and Nubcake's in full control here, and Han Rashid with the delay wake-up buttons. Nubcake's not covering both bases there, but it is a little tough. Sometimes you gotta call them out specifically if you want the right kind of pressure and the right kind of reward. Back throw from Han Rashid. No failed escape triggered, so no crushing blow requirement fulfilled. Pick up the dash punch from Nubcake as a regular punish.
Ooh, Han Rashid really just trying to block it out. Didn't continue. Again, didn't continue. Can't hit him from that single hit. Just unfortunate for Nub that he didn't continue on either of these. He's just trying to get some chip damage. It's all he's trying to make happen. And that's going to be punished for sure. Oh, the block comes right off as Nubcake ties it up 2-2. That doesn't seem like it was tied down there very well. Just knocked that straight off.
Just right off. Only thing holding it is a spinal cord. That's it. It's not like a super strong part of your body.
No.
Or Jackie is just that powerful. Clean right off. I I might have cursed him. I might have cursed
You might have
Han
cursed
Rashid by calling that that set a little too early. Nubcakes definitely feeling it, definitely loving it, taking advantage. But hey, that's what happens. You got to roll with it. Han Rashid, you're still in here. Game 5 scenario. The ball's in your court. You can change up the variations if you want to, but I think he will. So he wants to add a little bit of maybe a different, a different element into this scenario, a different element into this situation for Nubcakes. Something that he possibly wouldn't have labbed against, something he possibly wouldn't be anticipating or know how to specifically fight against. But we'll see. We'll see what the loadout says. But for the most part, I think we're going to see pretty much the same thing. I think he just switches out or switches in and out with the tornado kick for certain matchups.
Well, we're coming down to the final game between these two. Again, they have played each other so much from the same region here in Southern California. Two players who I've been seeing going back and forth against each other for years. Very cool to see that they both made it to this top 4, but one of them's about to go out. Who will make it into losers finals? Here we go.
Such an active, fast move, and the way it just brings Fujin in, like that tornado, very, very tough thing to deal with. Like if you're not ready, it hits you by surprise all the time here. Nice anti-air from Nubcake, shooting that up. Stop Fujin right there, calling out that roll, hitting him before the recovery frames, actually hitting him while the roll is invincible with that throw, able to make that connection here. Super jumping, flawless block up 3. His turn to swing afterwards. What a punish, what a punish, what a punish here from Han Rashid, the back 1-1. Drops the last little part of that combo. Not sure if he was trying to bait out something, maybe go for some kind of strange little reset. Look at the conversion, that might be all she wrote. Yes, she has a little bit less health than the other characters by 5% exactly, and because of that, Han Rashid got the winning scenario. Match point, Han Rashid.
He had some unorthodox stuff in that round. Things that he hadn't been doing quite as much. There's that up 2 that you were talking about before. This didn't quite do the trick this time either.
Why? Why go for the up 2? Very, very, very bad.
And here's that distance game. Here's Han staying away, hoping to catch his opponent with some crossbows, with some sudden movement, but it was a jump forward from Nub. Expecting that there in that situation. As he has really opened up the hop game, by the way. Hop is, grab, just tried it right there. One backs off. Oh, the threat certainly was there of him backing off. And now Nubcakes needs one hit. Oh, what happened
what was
there?
That?
I don't know,
was
but whatever it was kind of kept Nub from taking that.
Was he on the
Oh
wrong
no,
side?
he's gonna lose! It's Han Rashid taking it 3-2, in part due to wild wackiness from Jackie Briggs.
It looked like when he pressed his normal button that she was facing the wrong side, like just for 1 second, and those things do happen. It happens in the game. You have this little element of the side switch. It happens in a lot of different games. And what's really important is that Han Rashid took advantage of the fact that it did happen, and he didn't let off. Forward 3 to fatal blow. Really, really good stuff there. Down to the wire, nail biter situation here. Game 5. We thought we were going to go into a final round, but unfortunately for Nubcakes, going to be Han Rashid moving on. Nubcakes does get 4th place and a lot of points to hopefully solidify that spot into the finale for this region, which is going to have a $10,000 prize pool. So Nubcakes, keep doing what you're doing. You did a great job this weekend for this tournament, but unfortunately your tournament run ends here. Han Rashid moving on, where he's going to be facing Too Easy, and then the winner of that going to be moving on to the grand finals to hopefully get a shot at winning that 1st place point prize. And yeah, man, a lot on the line here. Some points, going to get into the finale, great seating, a lot of good stuff coming your way. A lot of good competitors competed this weekend. And I want to thank all of you guys for watching. There are 2 more matches just ahead. But I want to give a little shout out to our merch, the merch that you see that I'm wearing right here today. You guys can get it at Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. If you guys are also watching the stream on a desktop, I believe you guys can just click on the link there. Very, very easy. A lot of great stuff here, not just these t-shirts that you see here with Scorpion, Melina, and Sub-Zero. Other characters like Raiden, Jade, and Liu Kang are available in different styles. You can get the sweaters, the pullover hoodies, the tank tops, regular t-shirts, different colored t-shirts like green ones, red ones, more. All there at Amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. Check out the merch store. A lot of goodies there. And rep the realm. Rep your passion for this community. Rep Mortal Kombat 11 out in the real world whenever we do get to go there. But right now, it's usually just grocery store trips. Either way, it is really awesome. We're going to go into a short break. But guys, don't go anywhere. We have losers finals and grand finals coming right back for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the North American Pro Competition NA West. I realize I said North America twice right there, but you know what? That's where we are, baby. It's getting kind of late here as we enter our top 3 of the night. My name is Mr. Rockman, and joined by the one, the only Ultra David to close out this top 8. And boy, oh boy, we got Wise Gemini sitting on the winner's side, and here on the loser side. By the way, looking really dominant in that last performance was Wise Gemini. Sensational. Yeah. We're going to have Too Easy going up against Han Rashid here in losers finals.
That's exactly right. Yep, we got Han Rashid, who made it into grand finals last time, ended up getting 2nd place, and Too Easy trying to get up there as well. He has been 7th place, 5th place, and 5th place. Those are his 3 results so far. So that's a lot of consistency, and it means that he's currently 6th overall in points coming into this, which is great. But here he is already doing better than that, and obviously what he really wants is that number 1 overall.
And this is going to be a really big jump for someone like Wise Gemini as well, who was sitting at, 18th, it looks like, before coming into this tournament, right, and already guaranteed at least 2nd. That's a pretty significant jump right there. Possibly a boost up into top 8 territory. That's setting him up for the rest of the season. As we're hitting the midway point, by the way, here in the pro competition for some of these regions.
That's right. Yeah. Where this is the 4th. There are 8 until the finals. And you got to get in those points. This is the time to do it for sure. So we're probably looking at this going to be obviously Fujin, I would expect, for Han Rashid, right? That's the expectation on that side. For Too Easy, harder to say, I would think. He's got so many characters up his sleeve.
We got the sub pick, Cetrion pick, Shang pick, and it all depends on what he's like. I don't know who Too Easy might be most comfortable with against Fujin. But for Han Rashid, he's coming off a good victory himself here, and these are just we're down to a lot of players, and that's what I love about the West Coast side of things. A lot of these players are really explosive in their offense, and I love seeing it. You got Wise Gemini, who has been going off. You got Too Easy here, who has no fear whatsoever. It doesn't matter who you are. And Han Rashid here was not hovering over Fujin for a second. Was hovering over his former main in Liu Kang, but going to go back to the Wind God, and it's the Sub-Zero pick from Dewey. This is going to be a highly mobile festival right here that we're about to witness.
Well, here we go. It's going to be losers finals between Han Rashid on the left from Southern California, Too Easy from Washington. Well, at least living in Washington, but actually currently in Texas.
Yeah, he's here. He is here in Texas. He actually visited for a local that was done. I think it was like a 4-person. It was a really small thing put together at Mash House, and he ended up winning it as well just last night at like 2 in the morning, and he's still here competing. And shouts to Too Easy, who's out here grinding to say the least.
Wow, I love that anti right there. Down 1 into the back 2. Now he's got almost the corner. Wow, what perfect timing.
There are nothing but good trades when you're playing Sub-Zero, baby. We just made it look that way the entire night. Throws the forward 2, but clutch block from Han Rashid early.
Yeah, when that meter's just about to come back, I feel like they're more likely to do the overhead, and that was the case there. But Too Easy still with a huge life lead, and Han Rashid way down. Gonna try to set things up, looking for the hit confirm, but Too Easy with the poke back. Closes out the round.
Really good chase down by Too Easy too. Probably a lot of matchup knowledge, knowing that there's a lot of pushback on that forward 3 when canceled. Really smart stuff. Clutch blocks by Han Rashid. just currently survived the nightmare that is back to the corner against Sub-Zero. Just a 4-3 and almost had the read on it. Was too easy. That jump back was looking pretty crisp.
Big old neutral jump on Wake Up. Interesting from Too Easy. If you recall, when he lost to Wise Gemini in that winners finals, part of what happened at the end was that he got very confident defensively about making big defensive reads, and they just none of them worked out for like an entire game. But he's back here doing it again.
That's the mix-up right there, David. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. Just like those raw slides, you can say the same exact thing. Boy, when they've worked, they've looked genius. But when they go blocked and punished, it's a completely different story here. And Han Rashid's going to have to definitely be prepared to watch those toes here early on. But you've seen that he's afraid to take a little bit of risk early on and go for a block 6 of 4-2s. He's one of those guys that does
genius punish. Okay. And into the corner again. So much damage each time. He's actually working on a flawless even still.
Oh, it's still going.
Frozen out Too Easy. Not anymore.
Oh, man. If you notice there, even Han Rashid didn't want to tempt the devil and try to anti-air Sub-Zero with a jump one, as this is still a dangerous territory. Oh, no.
It's 2 hits. It's 2 hits away. There was one, and it was blocked. And man. Game number 1.
I'm shocked Too Easy took that big of a risk with just Fatal Blow, as it would not have killed. He still needed one more. I go into the deep freeze, go into some kind of hit confirm and an ice ball. I didn't know how to reset that for the kill. So that's why I'm a little shocked he went for that early on. But Han Rashid, clutch blocks. Every 4-2 blocked? Wait a second.
He actually did, didn't he? Every 4-2 was blocked, I think. Maybe one was not, but it was into creeping ice rather than ice ball.
Yeah, which was like 100 damage and then guess again.
Yeah.
Weathering
so
the
great
storm.
defense.
Fujin.
Great defense. Now, will it still be Sub-Zero from Too Easy? What's the choice? Again, he has a few different characters at high level up his sleeve. And it looks like he's headed right back to Sub-Zero. Check
I like
that
it.
variation, though. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Is it the same?
Look the same. Look like creeping ice and deep freeze.
You are correct.
Which I like, sometimes you gotta say, hey, he blocked right, but no one blocks right forever. That's the mentality you need as a mixed machine, baby. Too Easy can get it going. Well, after Han Rashid, it's been nothing but impressive play as well. This guy, for the past few months, and more specifically when the pro competition started, this guy has been playing at a different level, it feels like. And a character like Fujin fits him so well. He loves playing with space on the screen, high execution stuff. That single hit confirm of 4-3 to close out the last match, by the way, was absurd. But he practices those hit confirms every single day.
Not a bad character as well, I just want to point out.
Oh, yeah, let's...
Not a bad character as well.
I'm trying to get the
And you
players...
can see the way that he moves it, I love his movement. That is to say, both Fujin's and Han Rashid's usage of that movement. Not just the wave dashing, but also how he moves up into the sky, how he stabs in with that 4-3 like you were just talking about. That said, as we're talking him up, it's Too Easy with the lively. He almost had that forward. Wow. Down one, interrupted his first.
That took some big old cojones to do a down one after the jump in there. And it saved Han Rashid this round so far. 34 seconds remaining on the clock. And the reversal slide punish that was...
Oh, not enough.
Having some knowledge.
Not enough. He does not have another bar either. Oh, it's Han Rashid for down 2. And there was a breakaway as well. Worst case right there by Too Easy.
5.13 health there for Han Rashid. Doing the damage. And that's going to take a little bit of a wind out of Too Easy, I feel like, who was in full control of that.
Yeah, it's frozen him a bit for sure.
Restand? Ooh, and he just danced around him. That movement, forward and back, like, yeah, I've seen a lot of good forward dashes and forward wave dashes in my day at MK11, but when it comes to the back movement, you look at Fujin and you're just like, oh! Sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah. And he uses that so well, Han Rashid, to make things whip and then come in for the whip punish.
Oh, yeah.
Again, as we're talking him up, it's Too Easy getting pressure.
There we go.
Overhead. This time, yes. It's almost exactly as much health as when he tried it in the last game. And he needs one more. He needs 2 more. Han Rashid trying for chip out of there, and then jump kick comes to the rest for Too Easy.
Final round. Fight.
He's alive. On ooh. I think a slight little wave dash there.
Yeah, you're just never sure how close he's gonna get to you with that thing. And if he then comes close and then backs off, he can make you whiff and now you punish, right?
That wave dash forward, back dash cancel, back 1-1 has got to be
Yep,
one of the biggest whip punish things in MK11. Gets pressure going here, takes away, I think he took away a gap right there that... Oh, that was a raw one. Oh my goodness.
It's a big slice in for Han Rashid though. Whip punish! He went underneath the axe.
Gets the health lead, but overcommits to the corner.
This is the corner now. Now there's no overhead into Ice Ball. Right, not yet. Looks like he doesn't quite need it.
Whoa!
The interactable came to the rescue.
Miraculously made another jump, but he didn't commit! Oh no!
And look how safety first we're seeing too easy play. Ow my god!
Okay.
Yeah.
This fight was your last.
It's too easy. When he's on the hunt and you have like 1 HP, it is beautiful to watch sometimes.
Terrifying to watch sometimes, but yeah.
It'd be more terrifying to play against, if I'm being honest with you.
I would. Yeah.
But he will do whatever it takes to hit you. It does not matter what it is. Makes for some really good scrambles. He's still alive here.
Only 1-1.
That's the way she goes sometimes. You know, in game number 1, the 4-2s weren't working out so hot, and I like that he stuck with Sub-Zero in that moment. And look what works a couple times the second time around. Those 4-2s, baby. Got him back in that one for sure, but fatal blow.
And you were talking about how with a character like this, sometimes in some games, you're not going to get it right. And then the next game, maybe you get everything right. It's just kind of how it goes. And in that game, there was a lot more to it. But among the good things that Too Easy did was, yeah, he hit more of the mix-ups for sure.
Round 1, fight.
Wow. Really trying to check that backwards wave dash movement. That honestly is very common out of Han Rashid at the start. But right there, Too Easy just didn't get it right. Uh-oh, is this the beginning of a game where he doesn't get it right? We'll see.
Oh, boy. Looking like it here. Tried to jump out of the corner, and look who was ready for it. Han Rashid meeting him with the jump kick. Maybe that didn't continue. Too Easy, you already saw the lack of belief on the forward, too, as well.
What a block. That looked like it was on reaction. The check!
Han definitely plays, you know, 100 miles an hour. I've gotten the opportunity to play him kind of in person, and it's the same way. He plays at such a good speed and has really good reactions like that, too. Definitely wouldn't be surprised if he was going for it. Huge catch out here. Mid-screen for Too Easy, and he bent it all so many times right there. And when it works, he looks like a genius right there.
Swipes through, oh no! Is that a throw out of the corner? It is, that's fine. Trying for the whip punish, but knocked right there was Too Easy. Now we got Han trying to make things happen. Yes!
I know it was just a double down one, but even those pickups are really hot to me. She was about to start dancing. Wait out the second bar. Now we can play a little more loosely.
Han is so active on Wake Up. Okay, the one time he's not is the one time that Too Easy comes in with grabs.
Did you see how many wave dashes it looked like Too Easy did right there to close like a 2-foot gap in comparison to Ujin's half a dash?
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh my
And then the slide, was that, I think, 5 raw slides, something like that, in that game right there. And again, if you're guessing right on those more frequently, you're really going to shut the opponents down. But the thing is that even if you're not, even if you get it blocked sometimes and it gets punished sometimes, that's bad in one sense. You're going to lose a bunch of life. Maybe get knocked down into a bad situation. But on the other hand, it makes a player who really wants to be moving around in Han Rashid think twice about the movement, and that can have its own benefits in a long set.
Yeah, the entire time that's going to be in the back of your mind, and the fact that Too Easy, and this is something that's really beautiful, the fact that he's so far in this tournament, in this bracket, he's refused to not do it, which means that it's truly always going to be on his opponent's mind, and I like that he forces that situation, even at the cost of his own health, the cost of his own life at times. he is going to make it so that the opponent respects it and eventually use that respect against him. In theory.
Well, that is the
Just
case, but
a-
he's making it work right now.
Yeah. It's something that's really
games to
unique, and you don't see a lot from a lot. You don't see that from a lot of players.
He tried it.
Just
Now,
like
it
that.
was not the same timing, I want to point out. It was a little bit later. But already he's had a couple of slides. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that can be enough to make the opponent get hit. That slight difference in timing.
Wow, what a cash out! Bad day right there, 225, even through the breakaway. Let's check each other right here. What a great position here for Too Easy. Ooh, the back 1-1 was big enough. Not a lot of characters' turns there. That post-block game, it just answered across the screen, but it wave dash to, I don't know. He went and visited the East Coast players and like, yo, what's up, and then came back.
Really trying to make this work here on the ice balls. That's both offensive bars. As soon as they were gone, Han Rashid did something. He's in there. Trying for land, there was no button.
I think that tells us that Too Easy was pressing right there, thinking that he was going to recover quick enough to steal a turn. No punish, but the back 1-1 hitting cleanly. Snipered up here once more. Just timing two things perfectly. End of that round and beginning of this one of knowing, and three in a row, of knowing when Too Easy was going to let go of block. That's crazy.
Armor break.
This might be one of those times again, David.
Well, just
Gave
like
that-
that, Too Easy's got the
that's
corner. Or not. Oh, he tries like a slide. Han Rashid's up in the sky and shuts that down. It's 2-2.
So each game I feel like Han Rashid has won, it's been when he, it's really been in Too Easy's hands, whether the mix works or those more aggressive reads, I should say, because it's both on offense and defense. Those really aggressive reads either work out or they don't. And both rounds he's lost is a prime example of that. It's game 5. It's 2-2. It's been that exact, coin flip, 50-50 time, baby. What's it going to come down to? Because now it comes down to 1.
I think we're going to see a sub again. I don't think he's going to be switching here.
Fujin.
What are you going to do? What do you got? Got to win this game or else he is out of the tournament. Would he make the switch?
Sub-Zero.
Okay. Look, I think it's fine. We're in a 2-2 situation. He
Maybe I
had
gotta
the lead
ask.
in it for a little while.
I gotta ask, what are the odds he starts off the slide?
You're looking for round start slide? Maybe like a syncopated, like, wait a couple of beats, then slide. What do you think? Slide in the first 3 seconds. What do you got? What do you got? Yes or no?
All right, 2 seconds.
Oh, we both lost. Well, Han Rashid starting off with something that neither of us expected as well. There it is. If only I had said 5 seconds.
And if only he had started with the raw slide this time around. Oh boy, that's pure mind games. And here we go. We're already back in it. Jeez.
Ooh, wow. Interesting air-to-air kind of answer. Subs out. Sword to the rescue, but still punished.
He avoided everything and still got punished for that. Whoa. Got a whip in there. Lucky walking to some active frames of Fujin. That short hop kick, Han's gotten a lot of mileage off of tonight.
Oh no.
Oh, he didn't
Man, he didn't
steal it.
He could have just...
Oh,
It could have been anything, Aquaman. It could have been anything.
oh,
I'm not even sure that was
goodness.
necessary. That was... Wouldn't you just... I don't know. But I definitely know that Han Rashid would have killed if he had done... Taken for a fatal of his own. Yeah. Instead, it's match point Too Easy.
Fight.
No. That comes back to bite him. And now Too Easy has a lead, and now he might get even more crazy.
How does he handle this situation now? Being up around. In the corner, though. Wig it up with... What? With a low. Still back in there for buttons. It's Too Easy.
And not. Wow, look, that was like the max distance forward 4 right there. That's some extra pushback on it. That was probably plus like 10.
there. It's too late though, and too easy. Trying to wiggle with buttons. Han Rashid is close. It's plus friends. He jumps on plus friends. Wow, it's match point now for both. Final game, final round. One of them goes to grand finals.
Final round. Fight.
In hindsight, going back to that first round, Han Rashid does have his fatal blow here in a final round situation.
Look at all these shot slots from Han Rashid right there. We talked about how important that slide has been protecting him, and it did.
Watch those toes. Now how often will that open come out? Oh, he committed! That was raw commitment off of that back too.
What? Oh my god, both of them. Out in the stratosphere with these reads right
swinging.
here.
We're swinging.
Absolutely. Overhead, it's block switch. It's creeping ice. And then Han Rashid is blocking low after that. Blocking low all over the place here, looking for that slide that he wants to punish, but Too Easy now is not giving it to him of all times. He understands when not to do it and when to do it.
All right, next hit.
Oh! Is he there? Can he get it? That's gonna do it right there. Han Rashid will take it over Too Easy. 3 games to 2. Final game, final round. Not only that, final 20% life. As close as it gets right there. What a game. Very interesting match overall. Talking about the way that Too Easy handled the mix-ups of slide, of overhead, and how important that was. Yes, even though it got him punished sometimes, you could absolutely see in that game, especially as the rounds went on, that Han Rashid was crouch blocking way more than before. And that allowed more movement by Too Easy. Now, ultimately, Han ended up taking it, but you could nevertheless see the payoff of that strategy of being willing to risk some life here and there in the previous games.
Absolutely. That's going to be it for Too Easy's run here. It's going to set up our grand finals. It's going to be Han Rashid versus Wise Gemini. They haven't played so far. It's going to be exciting. That's going to be our grand finals, guys. I want to give a quick final shout out to Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. All of our audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Please visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation audio products available now. They're setting up this next match, guys. Grand finals time. A lot on the line, a lot of points on the line. There's a big difference between second and first here on the pro competition. First place getting 350 points, second place 260 points. So almost a 100-point difference here on the line. It's big, especially for Wise making a massive jump from 18th. Go for it.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's a great point to make, that Wise has already done a lot of work. Han is doing work. He's, again, second place at least. Last time he ended up with second. This time we'll see, right? It's either first or second. But what's very interesting here is that this is a run back. They did play before. We just wasn't in the top 8. Wise Gemini is the player who sent Han Rashid to losers in the first place. So this is indeed the run back for Han.
Ooh, I saw Wise kind of. I think he breathed a kind of a sigh of relief when he saw that Han made grand finals. Looks like he's part of the Goon Squad apparently in there. So we got a Goon grand finals. So it's gonna be exciting to watch. We're gonna have Wise Gemini. Who do you? I really wish I could pick his brain here live and just ask him who he used in that matchup. And I'm assuming it's the Lou pick. It's looked so good all. Well, it's really all I know him for, but who knows? Who knows with him? He's got some surprises, like Han Rashid's doing to us right here. Picking the Johnny. I don't think I've ever seen his Johnny.
I've seen him play Johnny now and then, but certainly not nearly as much as previously Lou and nowadays Fujin.
Yeah, that Lou was something special of itself because he was implementing really similar things. He was one of the best, I felt like, at, aside from maybe even Ninja Kill. Ninja Kill is probably the best as far as movement goes that I've seen, but he was really good at utilizing those really good wave dashes that Liu Kang has, and the block speed alone. That was one of the things that I think set him apart as a Liu main. That only fit better with Fujin.
Different worlds,
Completely different story here. It's Johnny Cage. Gonna be a lot more grounded walk game, not necessarily a dash game with this one.
Round 1, fight.
We got grand finals of NA West number 4 between Wise Gemini and Han Rashid, who's coming from losers, trying to get the run back against the player that sent him 2 weeks in the first place. Why is Gemini getting cornered very quickly here? Oh, threatening! Looking for a wake up FB, I guess.
Oh man. Let's start here for Wise. Yeah. This is just quick actor frames. You know, when you're at that normal range, that's one of the best things Blue can put out there. Just a really fast and on block safe actor frames. Really smart to do. This is a huge first round for him as he's setting the tone of this grand final early. Another one! He's putting out a wall for him to deal with.
What a timing on Wise Gemini. He's getting some plus turns for himself. Not doing too much with it, not too worried about it. And he's very buttonsy. He's not letting anything go by Han Rashid. The duck right there. Loading up a few. And Han Rashid, I feel like, just hasn't gotten anything going. Here's the first chance to get something going.
Talking about Han's execution earlier, he just ended up.
God. You see the numbers
there? I mean,
see the numbers up there?
He needs it. Still has Fatal Blow, by the way. Oh my goodness, and Wise deciding to let go of his... I can't believe it. I cannot believe he won that. I literally can't believe he won that. He let go of block like twice in a row. All Han Rashid had to do was jail. Anything, really. Oh my goodness. David, I can't break that down any more than that. That's just...
What a huge stolen turn that was. What a giant end to that. What a huge read to that. Look, if he got blocked, he was going to lose the round. And he was already pretty close to losing the round anyway. Might have just thought like, well, this is not such a risk. I'm already close to losing it anyway in this round. And I got next round even still. But it hit, and the timing that he picked for it was this kind of funky, very late moment. And it was correct. So, is Han gonna stick with Johnny? We did, if you recall, we did see Han Rambo briefly in NA 3 Grand Finals. We did!
Hey, when in doubt, mix it out. Ooh, Hubbard over Cassie, interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if Han plays, like, 3/4 of the cast.
Yeah, he played Rambo twice. And won one game with him, then went back to Fujin. That was Grand Finals versus Tigers last time.
Johnny Cage.
But he is really dancing around this character select screen, and I gotta tell you, that doesn't inspire confidence for me. That he's is almost visibly. You can almost see him through the screen here, sitting in his boxers in front of his screen, trying to decide what to do.
Hey,
like, not yet sure about what to do.
Shaolin Trap Dungeon.
He did.
And if you're in that kind of mindset,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, here's the thing: is that he had it. He had it, right? All he had to do was jail something, and he got a turn stolen, and he lost. Like it wasn't that huge of a detrimental loss for me to say immediately come off that character. Because
well, okay, but think about this. He was only in that situation because he did like an 8,000 damage combo. If not for that,
okay, that's true.
He would have been way down in life. It was sick
for the final round.
I mean, Anyway, he seems to be doing all right now as he's coming in with the blitz.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to talk about was even at the character select screen, the fact that he didn't come out of the gate with Fujin told us, and you know that it told Wise Gemini, that he was going to be really uncomfortable with that pick in this particular matchup. But anyone that goes home to the original character, I feel like 9 times out of 10, does pretty well. And that's what we're seeing out here at Han coming out. Like, bang it.
Round 2. Fight.
Secret Suite. It goes so far. Oh, it returns the favor.
Just barely got it.
I wonder if there's different cancel advantages of that to where max distance you maybe can't confirm it.
Yeah, you don't have enough as much time.
Yeah.
It's just based on the active frames.
Yeah. Oh! that was swag. That was okay.
Okay.
I never,
All right. All right.
No, wait.
That was super sick, actually. Yeah.
The micro dunk. Are you kidding me? Han Rashid just came to life with this character. And that raises the question: why doesn't he just only play Fusion? Because it's you guys saw it. It's like a work of art. Also, I'd never seen that combo, and now I'm about to go try that in practice mode. I'm definitely gonna try that in practice mode. It's there, jump one into the tornado. Okay. All right, you got it, bro.
Yeah, the way that went makes me wonder why he seemed so hesitant to go with Fujin. I mean, maybe you saw part of it, the flying kick punish on Needle, for example. No, you can't do that, yeah. But, like, the way that it went overall was clearly a significant win by Fujin. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe Wise Gemini will show us why it was that Han Rashid didn't go to Fujin in the first place here.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking for something that, like, matchup-wise. Tell me otherwise, but that was a really good...
The only thing that I've seen so far is the Dragon Kick punish to the Needle. Other than that, you don't have to do Needle.
Well, projectile, definitely going to be a hindrance. You know, just the projectiles of Blue can cover, if he's right, the advancements of sure. You know, low projectiles take away the forward three way in. Great projectile and it's an air projectile can cover the skies that also lead to combos. Oh, and on top of that, just
the string actually saved him.
Fujin things.
Beautiful. Out of there as a result. I love using the plus frames on that up here. That was great.
He is out of
The
there.
flying kick doesn't cover.
Oh,
he shuts it down there as well. And he calls out specifically the roll wake up.
We are not equal.
Oh man, that was conditioning at its finest right there. He looked at the skies like a Boeing 757 up there. And the... He has a read on everything right now that Wise has done. The switch to Fujin has ignited something in Han Rashid that wasn't.
Yeah, this is not just about the Fujin, which has looked great, but these are specific reads that he's making that would have applied, I would think, to Johnny as well. And yet, right now, he is killing it with it. Stealing turns, all over the place.
2-1 for Han Rashid, 4 straight rounds, and making us all question, why not Fujin? All the time.
Why not Fujin? I was Fujin so sick, dude. That not just
look
that
at
combo that I'm thinking about, but
just
the
look at
again, his ability to get into the right places at the right times with this character. The character gives you the tools to do it, but not everybody does it. Not everybody can do it. And Han absolutely can do it and does it all the time. Puts himself at the exact right spot to challenge, to escape, to start offense, to look for hit confirms. And in these last couple of games, he has been there constantly.
If Wise can make an adjustment. Right now, it's just getting settled, I feel like. He hasn't found much of a base of operations against this Fujin quite yet. It's been more of a battle of survival so far. We haven't seen a lot of command grabs and pressure. We haven't seen him get a lot of pressure going in general.
I was just saying, I'm gonna say, did he have command grab the whole time?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen it in this set.
That looks... Oh,
Too far. I love the idea though. Yeah.
Close the gap anyway. Has to avoid this corner. Hans did a really good job here. It's out there.
I'm looking for highs. You can see a neutral duck in there briefly as well. So even there, he's still being active. He's calling things out. Okay, no big deal, really.
Oh, no.
Actually,
Look up with the backdash, it looks like. And ready for the punish. Han Rashid now. Putting himself on reset point. You're like a completely different player.
Fight.
His
Let's call it
execution
what it is here.
is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Ooh. Slightly with that one.
Oh
Called him out swinging there. Should get punished? Yes. Not the hardest one. Han Rashid, definitely when he has the health, he looks like he's comfortable taking those risks, you know, with the needles, putting, you know, whipping something out there. He's a little more aggressive when he's got that healthy, which is good to see. And it makes it a miraculous trade with the forward 4 that was already active.
Wow, look at how active he is being. And you just never know where he's going to be. Sometimes he's going to be right up close. Sometimes he's going to be at this distance shooting crossbows at you. And it's just so hard to know any given time in advance what he intends to do.
Now a fatal blow could do it for Wise, keeps himself alive! And Han makes the read of an earlier, quicker jump normal right there. Looked like Wise was going to wait a little bit, try to get some plus frames on a jump in. Or we saw earlier he was mixing things up with empty jump shenanigans, empty jump down 2, little things like that. Not falling forward as Han Rashid to put, you know, in a smart situation, in a scramble situation, you want to get some quick active frames on the screen. That's what that bad boy was all about. Really smart stuff to reset this bracket and get some vengeance on Wise Gemini. He needs to do it again, though, if he wants to win this tournament. And he's given Wise a lot to think about, a lot to marinate on here at the character select screen.
Because it's a new set, technically both players have the ability to pick different characters, but there's no way we're going to see Han not pick Fujin, right? After the past few games, the way he just did. Was that 6 straight rounds? I think it was.
I felt it was 6 straight rounds. Domination. No.
I mean, he could. Technically, it's in the rules,
could.
but I would...
But
why,
should he?
right? Okay, yeah.
There's no way.
Kronika's key.
Yeah,
I kind of wanted to see it, though.
character that...
Like,
No,
I'll be
well,
honest,
you can go back
I
to
would've-
NA3. Go back to NA3. You played that Rambo, dude. Got a couple of games in with him. He had the crawl, if I recall correctly. I was happy about it.
John Francis Rambo. I don't think that's
I have no idea what his name is.
We're not going to see that here.
Nope, we're going to see the Grand Finals reset now. It's the final set of the tournament at NA West number 4. And it's starting off strong now for Wise Gemini, who honestly occasionally seems a little bit hesitant to me, even as he's pressuring here. And even as he's getting some damage, he is not being as active, not as oppressive as we have seen from him before.
Ooh, nice read there, right? Wise. Han has made such good decisions. Every time his back has been to the corner, I've kind of noticed. Every time he's in the corner, I don't think he's gotten hit cleanly.
Oh, his defense has been excellent.
Oh, whatever. How did you get that input in?
Right?
Physically, how? That's not a craziness, but Han's all about it. He thrives in craziness. He was born in it, ladies and gentlemen. And gets him with the throw. Enough for the kill. 7th straight round, by the way, David.
Fight.
Wow, you're right.
Yes, there's the punish.
Underneath and allowing... Okay, finds it, yes. But not into much. He was clearly just going for that anyway.
A lot of respect there.
You know, Wise Gemini... Yeah, I was going to say, he was frozen.
Yep.
He was absolutely frozen. He dashed up into a certain spot where he was worried about slide or back one or whatever, and he just was stuck.
And then for a minute, Han Rashid was worried about low projectile, right? Things like that, but the moment he didn't see it, he was the one that became the aggressor. Classic stuff.
Well, Han Rashid needs 2 hits if it's the right hits. Big jump in! No! Oh boy.
Could have been something.
Has been on point so much today, but right there, not quite as much.
Final round. Fight.
Wow. No punish. Is that 1-1 or was 1-2? I'm curious if that was a missed input of a back 1-1.
Oh, I know.
Should be big. Oh. no. Wise had so much damage there. Han didn't even have a breakaway. That could be it. That honestly could be the difference maker. Something like that where 40% I think could have been on the screen. Wise Gemini in a punishable situation. He just sweep. Probably missed input forward 4 as back 4 in that situation.
Likely for Han against a very scary character. Is it enough? It's not. But even chips, if anything comes, yeah, he of course tries it. No punish, but this is surely it. Yes, Han Rashid takes game number 1 of this set. Now that streak of consecutive rounds is over, but nevertheless, Han takes his 4th game in a row.
Now he is winning this tournament officially. And I really wish we got to see that previous engagement that they had. Like, I almost need to know how Wise beat him last time. Like, I don't know what the missing ingredient is. The mobility of Han has been sensational. When he gets into ranges, you talked about it, literally freezes Wise Gemini in place. And that's just playing right into Han Rashid's hands, who's going to dance around you. He's going to open you up like Muhammad Ali out here.
And Wise Gemini is so strong, right? We have seen him against other players absolutely dominate tonight. He blew up Too Easy. Too Easy is very strong. So clearly Wise Gemini has this ability. He 3-1 over Nubcakes, right? But in this set and the previous set, Han Rashid frozen him a lot of the time.
Respecting so many different options too. Quick wave dashes that are really hard to react to, the slides, the ranges, the back 1-1s. It's airborne like crazy, nice chase down.
He rolled out and actually Wise Gemini with the whiff, even though he read Bravo! Man, sometimes it works out for you, Aquaman. Sometimes the game's like, yeah, you're doing pretty well right now, you just take it.
Yep, you just have it. It's continuing the domination. There's the short hop that got him so much mileage earlier. I think he's let go of a block for about 5 seconds there. Ate a couple back ones to the face. Checks all of us there from Liu Kang. But some active frames right there. Scooped him with the back 2. And look at the back dashes into the down forwards, just trying to stop Wise from even having a freaking turn in this game.
Oh! Okay, that's cute. I like that a lot from Wise Gemini right there.
Yeah, worst case scenario, closing that gap, and another short hop kick. Might as well call it a blockable tonight. Bro, gonna be enough, and Han Rashid has now, what, 5 straight games. 5 straight games. And it's giving himself a tournament. Lost one round.
Man.
He is currently 4th in points before this night even started. I think he's guaranteed in 2nd place on a victory. He is going to take over 1st place in points for West. I'm
very
5%
well
sure.
deserved. I don't want to talk like it's over. Wise Gemini again, extremely strong.
Jackie Briggs.
Oh,
Like
that was the
tough hill to
quickest
climb.
Jackie
And
pick
it's
I've
the
ever heard.
Now, we have seen the Jackie from him earlier today. We saw that in Winners Finals, for example. But Too Easy did take a game. And Wise Gemini switched back to Liu right after that. So the Jackie was picked, but didn't have that much success. And here it's going to be what he'll need to win on throughout the rest of this if he's going to take this tournament.
It's a pretty good character to bet it all on, David.
It's true.
Sure. But is he going to be warmed up enough in it? Does he have to match? Oh, that's disgusting. I don't think anyone was going to not get hit by that. Turning Fujin's back one into a tick throw. Tough, but Wise? Not let it bother him here.
Okay, looking good.
Each other.
Bahan's still with a life lead. Remember his strategy of just staying away a lot of the time versus Nutcase.
Going down.
Who's also playing Jackie, of course. Okay. Will he try to get the kill on it? You will see it's a lot of scaling. Give me those shields. Give me those skulls.
I'm gonna say yes. Oh my goodness.
So close. But anything, she doesn't have any. The speed of this man. And escape failed.
Okay, that's
You
That was
ready
so
for
fast.
this?
It was so fast.
Round
I got a
2.
syllable out.
Fight.
Those characters are going faster than your own mouth. Yeah, I know the struggle for sure.
In the language you're speaking. Nice, anti-air. An unconventional one too, a back one.
Alright, Wise Gemini. Again, we knew that you couldn't count him out, and he's looking great right now. He's got that corner. He's got that big damage. Is this KB?
Close.
Nope, I guess not, but
Finish him.
not gonna matter. Almost a flawless.
Holy crap, what a brick wall that Han Rashid just ran into as far as momentum. And I think all of us.
Yes.
Really. Us sitting here, you guys watching at home. Whoa. What a stop to that momentum.
Yeah, very, very dominant game. Very, very dominant game.
Yeah, that's some big damage off of those clinch pickups too. Not the most conventional Jackie that you see. This is kind of a mixture of old school and new school. I heard you guys talking about it earlier. You know, not seeing clinch super you know, used since 2019.
Yeah, back in good old first round KO days, but it certainly
first
still
round
has
KO
strength.
days. For sure. Taking the best of both worlds, having the mobility and the massive cash out of the clinch.
Round 1. Fight.
Look, it's still
Show us.
2-1 for Han Rashid. He's still only a game away, but this game has started just like the last one did, with Wise Gemini getting in there very quickly and getting the back throw portion of the clinch KB loaded up already.
Oh boy, the mobility on the screen right now. Wise is just getting hits left and right, and that started, it may have started, a little bit of the seeds that he planted in the last game, where he threw Wise Gemini an awful lot in a row. I think that's going to try to open up some of those stagger things. It's really just a nice strike throw game he's implemented here early on. See what Han's able to do in the corner, and he's already started. It's begun. He thought a breakaway was going to come. He lost some momentum there. Right back on the hunt. Comes up. Might be. Has someone finally been able to contain the mobility of Han Rashid?
She doesn't have any ranged options. Well, there's one of them.
There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
Pain, no gain.
The Cyber Sub-Zero assist.
Round 2. Fight.
Rip. I want to pour one out for Cyber. That was the homie the past 2 games. They're working on him in the background, that poor bastard.
He's dead at that.
He's just hung up as a display.
Oh, not quite there though. It's a good call by Wise Gemini, just not quite there on the range, and he gets the punish. Wow, I mean, sure, Han Rashid can get away, but it feels like each time Wise Gemini gets back in, or Han goes up and tries to pressure, and Wise Gemini takes control as he does.
Han's spent this is the most time that Han has spent in the corner too.
He's away, but again, to what end?
Yeah. There's not much escaping Jackie in that regard. You saw how quick she was able to close the gap and reestablish a game. Got an execution error there, down to an arrow, not the wisest tactic as a fighter.
The jump timing was so great. And now Han Rashid with no defensive bar! Oh! Still pressuring her.
Finish him.
And did
Was Wise Gemini?
those 5 games never happen?
Jackie Briggs.
It is rare to see, at this level of play, a grand finals that has a blow up like we saw Han Rashid do versus Wise Gemini, with 5 straight games, with losing 1 round that entire time. Dominant. And then even rarer to see that be converted into almost exactly the opposite level of dominance for the other player.
Dominant rounds as a response is, you're right, really rare in competitive gaming overall. Not just fighting games, anything. You know, how often do you see a team up 24 in the 3rd quarter and then they lose 32 to, you know? It's like something like that where it was so one-sided and then bam, returns the favor. And now it's down to 1. Now there can be only 1.
That's right. And you got to say all the momentum right now is on Wise Gemini's side. Again, Han Rashid's been able to get away, but each time he tries to stab back in there, it feels like Wise Gemini takes control again, or Wise Gemini just barrels in with something like that dash.
Yeah, barreling in has been the tactic I think that's worked because Han hasn't gotten to breathe. And that's been, well, you know, he has Twin God. That's probably how you beat him anyway. But that's, and I think one of the keys to his success, I didn't even mean to make that into a pun. It's going to actually happen. I'm sorry.
Well, he has push now. He doesn't have needle anymore. I wasn't even looking at the starting point of this, but I think that's right. So I think the point there is to desperately try to find some range. Oh, no! But not the gravity. Yep, there it is. Checking from far. Spending a bar on that each time.
Actually, barely missed spaces the dash punch too. Sense. I don't even know if that was intentional. Still gonna work out for Han Rashid, who's working on a match point here. Yeah, he's got some big girl damage loaded. He didn't believe.
Jumping away! And Han Rashid, you know he wants to get away! I don't think he's gonna do it! No, it's Wise Gemini getting back in. Who went for the reset? Wise Gemini putting himself on tournament point!
And how Han let that go beyond me. Wise Gemini. This could be the tournament. Like, this would be, I think, the biggest win of Wise's young career. You know, I talked about a lot on the East Coast side of things, these young and up-and-coming players. Wise among the best here on the West side. Han Rashid, huge veteran, by the way. I think he goes back to MK9. Wise trying to make a big name for himself with a potential victory here.
This is just how these last 3 games have gone. Han Rashid is still stuck here, out of the corner, so confident as Wise Gemini that loading up the KB was more important to him than keeping the corner. Han in big trouble! It's not enough, but so close! Chips out on the grease!
Oh, no! Could you have crouched that final hit? Oh, man. I cannot believe the turnaround. That Wise Gemini.
Absolute greatest. Yeah, and one of the absolute greatest comebacks.